All right, so we are live. Welcome, everyone. I go by the name of Foxtail Cinematics, and you're watching episode 7 now. Wow, we're on episode 7 already of Fox Encounter, a live stream series where I get to sit down and talk with some really awesome people, different YouTubers from all different types of communities, like with unboxings, music. I've had a musical artist on here, someone who does unboxings. And now we have the legend himself, DURANT CINEMA. How are you?
Wait, where is he? Where's the legend at?
He's right behind you. He's on the shelf back there.
Yeah, exactly. My icon, Arnold. Hey, thank you, man, for having me on here for episode 7. So yeah, this is great. You're saying I'm DURANT CINEMA, Dave, aka Dave. Whatever. It's funny because people are like, oh, what's your actual name? I'm like, oh, it's Dave. It's nothing too crazy. So, yeah, on my channel, mostly I just do blue hunting. I collect my steelbooks. I love my steelbooks. And you gotta love the chicken nuggets for sure. So, no, this is going to be fun. Looking forward to it. So, thank you so much, man, for having me on here. And let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Speaking of chicken nuggets, I wanted to ask you, do you truly love chicken nuggets, or is that just an act?
Oh, dang, right on the spot, exposing me for who I really am. I hate chicken. No, I'm just kidding. No, trust me, I like chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are great, but it's funny because when I ever go to like a fast food place, I rarely ever get chicken nuggets. But I will say the best is at a grocery store. I forget the brand, but they're really good, and I do eat them a lot. Actually, one of my favorites is chicken nuggets and rice pilaf. That's like one of my favorite combinations of all time. Like it's right up there. So I do love chicken nuggets. But if I'm going to like a fast food place, I'm getting like a Whopper or a regular cheeseburger for sure. So no, it's not an act. I do indeed like them. I do love barbecue sauce as well. So and honey mustard, ranch, give me what ketchup, doesn't matter. Give me whatever. So how about yourself?
I'm a ranch man myself. I do enjoy the occasional chicken nugget. But like, yeah, like when, if offered, I'm like, hell yes, I'll eat some. But for the most part, like when I'm out and about or I'm trying to eat something, it's not my first choice, but if I'm offered, yep, give them to me.
There you go. I don't think I actually ever came across someone that hates chicken nuggets, like really despises them, because I'm the same way. Like I just, if I'm at a grocery store and I see them, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go, let's do this. So it's not bad. But ranch, I'm not a spicy kind of guy. Like a lot of people like to throw out the spicy sauce, and I can't do it. I'm not a spicy guy whatsoever.
Me neither. As a kid, I used to, the spicy stuff was my thing. But as I got older, like my stomach is just like, nope, can't do it anymore.
No. I just can't do it. I remember this one story how I used to get the chicken sandwich, and I was starving one day, and my brother was going out to Wendy's or something. I was like, hey, can you get me a chicken sandwich? He's like, yeah, sure. So he came back. I was like, sweet. So I'm biting into this bad boy. I'm starving. It's going great. And also I'm like, what is with my mouth? It was a spicy chicken sandwich, and it ruins everything. I tried to eat it. I just couldn't do it. It was disgusting. So, count me out.
How did all of that? I mean, 'cause I've been watching your videos for quite some time now, and I've kind of forgotten how that whole like chicken nugget craze started. Like I just remember, I think it was mentioned like once or twice, and then all of a sudden it's like the main theme that everyone likes to talk about.
I'm legit, man. Like I'm the same way. I'm like I only know how the origin. I just remember my catchphrase was freaking awesome at the time when I was doing movie reviews, and after a while I was just like, I kind of want to come up with something, and I don't know why or how it started off with hot freaking chicken nuggets. Like that was my thing. I was like, let me throw this out here in a couple of videos. I honestly had no idea it was gonna take off this much, and it's hilarious because I would go back, sometimes like watch some of my cringe. So I'll go back like I remember it was like a 2017 video, and I said it like hot chicken nuggets. I was like, holy hell! I was even saying it back then, like that many years. I've been doing this, like so it actually took me by surprise that I've been saying this, and it's so crazy because whenever my name gets popped up, like I will see like chicken nugget memes, gifs or gifs or whatever they're called, pop up like images of nuggets. I'm just like, holy hell! I'm like, it worked though. It did
worked.
it accomplished though. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know?
Yeah. So the next logical step is we got to get a restaurant in your hometown to name the chicken nuggets after you.
Yeah, that would be an honor right there. That's for sure. Yeah, can I get the Durant Cinema nuggets, please?
Do you happen to have like a favorite place to eat in your hometown?
Oh, in my hometown, nothing really. Well, like I have a couple of restaurants, like 2 mostly, and then like Dunkin' Donuts and stuff like that. I live in a small town. But honestly, like my number one food of all time is Chinese food. Like I can't resist that. It's so delicious. Even when I'll be like on a diet or whatnot, like whenever someone says Chinese food, I'm all over it. Like I'm there. Okay. And my favorite restaurant of all time is Olive Garden. A lot of people, there's a lot of haters. They got to stop drinking that haterade because Olive Garden is, I love it. The breadsticks, salad, and then the chicken Alfredo. It's my go-to. So
definitely, yeah. There was that whole like I don't know if you're familiar with like Reddit and stuff, and there was that whole like giant meme about that lady who wrote a really really awesome review on on Olive Garden because it was like the biggest thing that happened to her in her small town is they got an Olive Garden, and so like people
that was my mom.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And like, and everyone like kind of turned it into a meme or just mocking it like, oh my God, like this woman is deprived and stuff like that. It's like, well, I mean, when you come from a small town and Olive Garden is like the biggest thing you have, you kind of got to take what you can get.
That's the thing. A lot of people, I bring up Olive Garden and they're like, it's not real Italian. It's not good. It's terrible. I'm like, I don't care. I literally don't care. It tastes delicious to me. And that's all that matters. Like, I'm a weird guy. So I always bring this up, like with Subway. Now, Fox, when you eat do you like meatball subs?
Yeah.
All right. Now I have a question for you. What kind of cheese do you put on a meatball sub?
Me personally, I like Swiss on my meatball subs.
Okay, Swiss. I've heard some Swiss. Mostly it was provolone. And I brought this up. I go, I put American cheese on my subs. And people thought that was the craziest thing ever. Like people freaked that, F out. I was like I kept asking people, and the more and more people like, oh my God, like who does that? Like what? No, provolone or mozzarella. I'm just like, no, American.
Yeah, I do like I haven't eaten Subway in a long time because I kind of converted over to Firehouse subs. Once you've had Firehouse subs, it's
over.
More pricier. Like anything else is just like I can't do it anymore. Like I had my brother brought me a sub from Subway like a week ago, and I was like, it's just not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah, I'm the same way because like we have D'Angelo's, and I'm more of a cheeseburger sub kind of guy. And like I used to love Subway and their meatball subs, but now I'm just like it has to be like distance in between. I can't just go there. To get a sub. But it's not bad.
Going back to the meatball sub, I personally like the Swiss just because I think the way it melts is good because it's not just like smothered all over it. With the little bit of holes in there, it kind of spreads itself out a bit. So that's personally why I like it. Anything else though, I always put American cheese on it. When they ask me like, what kind of cheese do you want? I'm like, what country are we in?
What country are we in? It's funny. I feel like at this point on, I feel like we should collab on another channel of food reviews.
Definitely, I'm down for that.
Let's do it.
We'll get like a sandwich or something from the same place, and we'll see how it differs from state to state.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. We don't have a Firehouse?
Yeah, Firehouse subs.
Yeah, I don't think we have that. Are you from Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do
I don't know how I do it either.
Is it just hot every single day?
Recently, no. Like we're in the monsoon season. Funny enough, like we in our summers we get a monsoon season where it just rains and rains like all day every
Oh,
day. So
really?
like right now up in like the high country about an hour or so from here, like
Yeah.
places are just flooded. There's
Oh,
just been
dang.
so much flooding going on.
That sounds like my kind of place now. I absolutely love the rain. Like it is my
Hmm.
favorite weather of all time. And like once again, I'm weird. So when it starts raining, it's got a great sky and breeze. I'll be
Hmm.
outside, even if during like a storm or whatnot. I'm that random guy that you'll look out the window and see walking in the rain because I absolutely love it. It's one of
Definitely,
my
me
favorites.
too. Yeah, growing up here, like the rains are pretty scarce sometimes. So like any chance we get rain,
Yeah.
it's like it's a celebration.
Yeah, like even a past, I think it was like a month ago, we had a crazy thunderstorm, and I kid you not, I was sleeping in my, of course, in my bed, anywhere else. I was laying down there, and all of a sudden, the thunder, that was the loudest thunder I've ever heard in my entire life. It was the craziest thing. I was just like, holy crap! I'm like, what was that? It woke me up. I had no idea what it was. I thought it was like literally right next to the house, and I was just like, god damn. So. Yeah, it was intense. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's how it's been here. That's how the monsoon season is, and it just comes out of nowhere. Like literally right now,
It
it's
does.
pretty sunny. It's kind of cloudy outside, but that could literally change in 5 minutes from now. 5 minutes from
Oh,
now, it could be like gray and just start pouring.
oh yeah.
So it's
Damn,
it's
that's
hard to
crazy.
it's hard to plan the days. It's like, all right, yeah, it's cool. Let me go, go to the park or do something. You leave home and you're just soaking wet by the time you get back.
It's just it's over.
Yeah.
Yikes! Yikes! That's terrible.
Yeah, let me get through some of these comments here. I do want to show some love to people in the chat.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for joining in. If you're just joining
Yeah,
in,
what's going on, guys?
you are watching episode 7 of Fox Encounter with Durant Cinema.
That's me.
All right, so we have Hey David
Slayer.
Foxtail. Hey, how's it going?
It was just on live stream just like an hour ago. So, Caleb, what's up,
Please join
Caleb?
in. That's fun.
Patrick, man, all these great people.
Dave needs
Yes,
to
I
eat
do.
Chick-fil-A.
Still having Caleb. He loves Chick-fil-A.
We have one it's actually right next to the Best Buy that I frequent. I've only been there once, and it was because my mom gave me a gift card. She's like, "Hey, I got this
Yeah.
from I think she got it from like church or something." And she's like, "I don't eat there, so here you go." I was like, "All right."
Was it good? Did you like
Honestly,
it?
yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I just never went back.
One of these days, Caleb.
So JRP, hey, how's it going, JR?
Hey, what's up, JRP? How's it going, man? Hot chicken
Hot
nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Jared
Jared,
Runner.
what's up, Jared?
Hey, what's up, Jared?
Hey, dude,
Oh,
Chase
what's up,
Ham.
Chase? Chase Ham. What's that last name? Ham.
Ham.
Mr.
Oh,
Nichols.
Mr. Nichols. Just had him
Oh.
on a live stream yesterday.
Yeah, that
We were
was pretty
talking
cool.
unpopular opinions about films and actors. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, with Mr. Nichols. What's up, man?
Patrick Curran, what are your top 5 favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film movies?
Oh, Patrick. All right.
Ooh, 5.
Number one for me is Predator. This is a tie. It's Terminator 1 and 2. It has to be that. And God, I even did a video of this a long time. Jingle All the Way has to be up there. God damn. There's so many of them. There's so many of them. I want to leave like that one out. Like that's what's killing me. I want to disrespect. True Lies. True Lies. How can I
True
forget
Lies.
about that? Yeah, True Lies, and I'll just throw out. Last Action here. I'll throw that one out there. I love them all, Patrick.
Love them all. Yeah. Probably the same. Last Action Hero, in no particular order. Last Action Hero, Jingle All the Way.
Oh, classic.
I was just thinking about it. I also really like Maggie. A lot of people don't really talk about that one, but I think I really enjoyed that one.
I'll be honest, it kind of went down afterwards. Like, I remember when I first watched it, I gave it like a 9.0, something like that. And I do realize, like, there's some slow parts and everything, but, like, I have to rewatch it again, though, for, like, the 5th time, so.
Yeah,
But it
I
wasn't bad.
just
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
I like when
kinda,
yeah, I
Go
like
ahead.
when action stars do different stuff. So I think that's probably why I enjoyed it a little bit more than others because I just enjoy a good like looking movie. It looks fantastic. I mean, the cinematography of it also is also really good. I just really
Yeah.
like the gray tone of it.
Yeah. No, I was surprised by it because I was not expecting like the real seriousness, like the
Hmm.
drama and everything. And people like, no, it's not gonna be like a crazy zombie like action movie. And I was like, that's okay. Like I just need like a little zombie story, and it's just got Arnold, so it's a win-win in my book. Actually, I'm representing Arnold right here. Come with come with me if you want to live.
Speaking of Arnold's more dramatic roles, did you ever see Aftermath?
I did. I did.
What did you think about
The
that?
the only thing I liked them in it. I thought it was pretty good. His wardrobe, on the other hand, was horrendous. It was like I'm just curious who allowed this. Who like was it him? Did someone else give him this? Because he's wearing like silky Hawaiian like shirts or whatnot. I'm just like, what do you do? Actually, he was butt naked at one point. I believe he was taking a shower, just like,
Yeah.
whoa, I was not prepared for this.
It's like,
But
but I'm
overall, I thought it
pleasantly
was good.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Besides those, I mean, True Lies is also awesome.
Oh, I love
I
True Lies.
I doubt we'll ever get a Blu-ray. So
Yeah, at this
DVD
point.
is where it's at. And
Yeah, DVD.
I
I
also
know.
really
Looking.
like Collateral Damage is another one I really like. I saw that in theaters when I was like tiny.
Really? I was not the biggest fan of that.
Hmm.
I'll be honest with you. It was during that phase where he was, being governor, and I was like, yeah,
Hmm.
let me check it out. It's been a while, and I don't know. For me, I thought it was a TV movie. I was like, and you could see his age like really show,
Yeah.
like him running. And I'm just like, man, like it's tough
It's
to
like
watch this.
it was like watching The Irishman.
Yeah.
Great movie, but it's incredibly hard to watch when you realize that Pacino and De Niro are just so old and they're
Yeah.
moving like 70-year-olds. So
I
it's
know,
kind of
right?
hard to watch.
I know it sucks. It's like, why can't you just stay the same? Like it's tough. I hate that.
So Leroy Green asked Dave what's his favorite Chinese food
Hi,
dish.
Leroy. What's up there, Leroy? Thank you for stopping by. My favorite, it has to be chicken fried rice. That's like the main course you got to go with. And then I'm a big chicken finger and crab rangoon guy. Just give me those three. I'm a happy man. I am a happy man. So crab rangoons over chicken fingers. But give me both.
Yeah,
That's
those
my
crab
deal.
rangoons are really good. I also really like. There's this one
Oh.
Chinese buffet near me, like 10 minutes away. They have a lot of
Oh
that, and they also have like
God.
crab cakes. Oh, they're so good.
That is my worst nightmare is a Chinese food buffet. God damn. I'll be there for days.
Yeah, we have a ton of those here in Arizona.
That's heaven. That's heaven
There's
right
one like
there.
there's I think there's literally one on like every corner almost.
I'm moving to Arizona. You're spitting out great things about it. Rain, Chinese buffets. I'm there. I'm moving.
I'm glad you found the Turbo Man. Yeah.
I had to
You-
throw that in the background. It was sitting over there. I was like, let me find a spot. There it is, that bad boy. It is my precious.
Yeah, I remember you the post you did about like going to Walmart looking for a toothpaste
Yeah.
and did you
Oh,
get the
dude.
toothpaste?
No. Screw the toothpaste. That's right. Screw the toothpaste. It doesn't matter. Because what the matters is the Turbo Man. Because it's great. Like, no lie, man. I kind of gave up. Because my friend Tony, he's in the chat. He actually helped me out because his cousin lives in New Hampshire and was able to find one. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, and he's like, oh yeah, I can get you one. I was like, sweet. And I kind of just gave up anyway. I was looking at all the Walmarts, like just going to different ones I haven't even been to, and nothing. So I was just like, Lily, just I was like yesterday, yeah, I walked in. I was like, let me just try. Let me just look. And I was like, holy cow. Like, I'm seeing it in person. Like, I couldn't believe it because I was so jealous about, like, everyone. I would see them on YouTube, like, making videos. I was like, listen, I got a Turbo Man, but like I want it in the original packaging. Like, and it's so crazy because online those things were going for like 800
Mm-hmm.
bucks. 800 bucks. It's insane. To $35. Like, you literally could have sold that for 100 bucks at Walmart, and people would have bought it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that we always kind of complain about on our live streams is like the secondary market and like scalpers and just resellers just kind of ruin it for everybody. Like
They do. They do. Because, like, I obviously, I like, Arnold and, Terminator stuff. But also another thing that's kind of big is Ninja Turtles. Like,
mhm.
I remember people seeing, like, exclusives. And the moment it goes to Walmart, like, people in the comments freak out. They're like, dude, I'm just going to have to get that on eBay. Because you will never find that at Walmart. And, like, I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, I want to start collecting these. But you rarely ever find them at Walmart. And it's insane. I did find one Super Shredder at Walmart. I was so pumped. I was walking by the Funko area. I was like, holy cow, there's two of them. I grabbed one right away. I was like, this is mine. That was a good day for me.
Yeah, like besides like physical media, I also collect a different number of things as well. So I know that feeling all too well when I'm walking into a store or somewhere and I see something. I'm just like, I gotta have it now, otherwise it's gonna be gone forever. Like,
Yeah.
like besides physical media, I also collect. I collect figures here and there whenever I find them. Ones that I really like, that have to be something very specific. And I also collect. I'm really into trading cards. So like right now, the whole trading card market
Yeah,
and
I heard
stuff
about
is
that.
it sucks to be
Insane.
into the trading cards right now because you can go to Target and one day they'll have like 100 out there, and the next day or the
Yeah.
next hour they're all gone, and you'll find them on eBay for like 3 times the price.
Oh, it's terrible. eBay is a dark place to begin with, and you don't need something like that. And it's actually funny because when you brought up, like, is it an act? Like, because, seeing stuff like that, like an exclusive or something, like even that Turbo Man doll, I walked by and I like felt it. I was like, holy shit. I felt like I was in the actual movie, and here I am walking around with it, and I'm looking around everyone, just like I'm picturing them eyeing it like, no, he got two. He got two. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta book it. But it's kind of scary. Like, I wish it was an act, but anything Arnold, I do indeed get like really excited. And I'm not just talking about my pants or my nipples. Like, my whole body is excited. It's no joke. It's not a lie or anything. Like, I'll take literally anything Arnold, and it does make my day. Steelbooks, like if I find an awesome exclusive or like amazing artwork, I legit get pumped up for that stuff. So it's not like, oh, I got to do it or whatnot. Like, I do get excited for all this stuff that I collect for. Like, sure, there's some steelbooks or movies that I'm like, all right, I guess I'll pick it up. But for the most part, I get so I'm ready. Like, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, I definitely get the same way, especially like with the whole trading card things. When I do find some like really cool exclusive stuff at Walmart, and I'm just like getting it. And I always think like I should grab 2, and then I'm like, I'm grabbing 2, and then I'm wondering if people are judging me because I have 2 instead of 1. Like, you bastard.
What cards do you go for?
I do mostly Yu-Gi-Oh cards. My son is into Pokemon, which is even harder to get a hold of. But he's starting to get into Yu-Gi-Oh a bit just because he's starting to notice that it's a lot easier to find. So yeah, so whenever I do find some, I am that guy that just kind of buys all of them because I'm like, I know they're gonna be gone, but I'm not reselling them or anything. They're strictly for me.
Yeah, for you. So that even makes it better. Like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to sell them off, but that's awesome that you do Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think it's funny that we both do really get excited about these things. Only what the difference is, like with you, it's all captured on film. Like with me, anytime I find an awesome card in a pack or something, the only person that sees it is my wife and hears it because I'm just like screaming from the I'm like screaming from the dining room like, oh my god, and she runs in like, what happened? And I'm like, I found it. And like, if I'm looking for a specific card or even cards that I think, like, I mean, recently I went to a Target after my niece's birthday party. Target like way out in the middle of nowhere that I'd never been to. So I was like, let me go in here real quick. So I went in there, found some like old packs from a few sets ago. So I was like, oh, let me take these. I take them home and I find 2 cards in there worth $100.
Really?
So I'm like,
Holy.
the odds
Let's go.
of yeah. So when that happens, I'm like screaming, and she's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Look what I found!" Because the odds of finding one card of that, of that variant is extremely rare. But to find two, like,
Ooh.
and then now she's like, "Oh, so we can sell one, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not selling them. I'm keeping them."
Hell no. You crazy lady. I'm keeping these. Man, that's awesome because I was literally the same way. Even in like high school, maybe like a little bit before, I was big into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Obviously, it started with Pokemon cards, but I liked the TV show more than the actual cards. And I got into like Digimon a little bit. That kind of left, but Yu-Gi-Oh was like my thing. That was my thing. I loved it because it was a legit card game, and the show reflected on that. And so I loved the show, loved the cards. I even started making my own cards at the very beginning before I even knew they had cards for them sold. And I remember when I first found out about those, holy crap. I saved my allowance. I would collect change, go out there, be like, "Here you go, guy," with a bag full of like coins. And it was like the best feeling. I remember I spent $100 on the complete, like, the packages, like that whole box with the packages. And like, I remember my parents just being like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing with your money?" I'm like, "Hey, I got to do this." So it's great. It's such a good feeling. And it's funny because then I started getting to football cards, and there was these certain football cards that I loved collecting. It was like an actual kind of game card too that you could play. I never really did, but I was, obviously I'm from Massachusetts, so Tom Brady was like the greatest thing, and it still is. And so I was like, I need the Tom Brady card. I need it. And I remember I was telling this to my, my girlfriend at the time, and I remember I opened the pack, got him. I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And he's like, "You did it." I was like, "Yes." So like, totally understand.
Yeah. It's right now I'm on the hunt for like every single type of rarity of Yu-Gi-Oh! And what sucks for me because they just started a new type of rarity, so I'm like, okay, now I thought I was done, but I guess not.
Keeps
so,
going.
And it's funny because my wife gets kind of irritated by like my spending or just like how obsessive I am with it. But it's like she started it because I had a huge collection of cards, but when I met her, I just kind of like got out of that because I moved away from my parents, and so I didn't have anyone to play with because I would play with like my nephew or my cousins or my friends. So when I moved out and started to get my own family together, I just didn't have time for it anymore. And I also lost all of my old cards that I had, which I'm still really mad about, and I hope I never find them because they were in my mom's shed in the backyard. And during this one rainstorm, the shed roof broke through, so like everything in the shed is ruined. And my dad was like, "I think you had a box in there that was this." And I'm like, "That had my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in it." And some of them now are super rare and they're probably worth a couple $100. So I'm like, I hope I never find it because I'm going to be like so bummed out. So I'm like, I don't care. In my head, I'm like, they didn't exist. They're not in there. But, like I was telling my wife about that. So for Christmas, so this has been going on since Christmas. Since Christmas until now, I've amassed like thousands of cards in that short amount of time. So she actually bought me a few cards she found at Walmart, and this is before like the craze just took over. And so I was like, "Oh, awesome." So then that sparked it again, and where I just started going to the card shops and Walmart and everywhere. So now I'm like, you created this monster, so you gotta deal with it.
And like, what timing too, like on Christmas, and then like the whole craze for cards just came out of nowhere. You're like, really? Like, really right now? Like, you had to do this now. You couldn't do it a year later or something like that. But do you say that? Yeah, like you buy more. You're like, you started this. This is all your fault.
Exactly. It's like the best and worst time to be into trading cards. It's like the best because if you find something, you can find something worth a ton of money and just have like that have that the clout to be like, you see, I have this, or people be like, oh, I really want this one card. It's like, oh, I have two of those. But it's also the worst because it's so oversaturated and it's so hard to get a hold of nowadays.
Oh, man. It's crazy because I remember like I had 3 of those like deck holders, and I had a bunch of those cards and everything. And it's funny because my first experience with eBay had to do with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I remember when I was trying to bid on, it was the Egyptian god cards. Obviously, it was like huge in the show, and like I was like, oh my god, this is perfect because I used to duel like my neighbors and my friend. So I'm like, if they don't know about this, and I just freaking spring those bad boys on them, like they would have no idea. And so I remember like I meant to type in $10 for one of them, and it turned into $100. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. So I was freaking out, but it didn't work. The bid didn't work, but yeah, no, I just remember getting the Egyptian god cards, and I was like, yes, like this is like it was so cool. So, but yeah,
let me get to these. Yeah, let me get some of these comments here. Catch up. All right, so we have Mr. Nichols. Have you watched Hercules in New York yet?
No, I have not, Mr. Nichols, but I did watch The Villain yesterday, actually, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I had never seen it. It was an interesting movie. I would say Arnold was kind of he played a dull character. Like it wasn't anything like special to him. It was like a legit Willy Coyote movie, like in a live action. Like the bad guy was him. It was crazy, but yeah, it was okay though. Still need to watch it though. Still need to watch New York.
Plaid X2, I legit burst out laughing when you use the Arnold voice in your hunting videos. Love your channel, man.
Well, thank you. That's just very nice of you. That is great.
Let me ask you really quick. Do you ever get tired of people asking you to do the Arnie voice?
Oh no, I love it.
No?
Honestly, okay. I love doing it. It's I'm fearing the opposite. I'm like, oh my god, like this dude keeps fucking doing this voice. Like, stop. It's like I'm glad that people appreciate it. So that's all I'll say.
Yeah, that's what worries me about having a catchphrase. A couple people we've joked around like, oh, you should start a catchphrase. I'm like, no, people will get so tired because I would come up with something incredibly obnoxious.
Yeah, like even with my chicken nuggets, I don't say it like all the time. Like I'll say it once in a video or wait a couple weeks or whatnot. So I don't try to wear it out, but people are aware of it. So it's always good. But good. I gotta do the Arnold voice, man. I love it though.
Yeah. Because I've always had my issues too. Like we were talking about like stuff that like YouTubers do that I don't particularly care for, and one of them was like like people who overuse their catchphrases. Where I'm just like, okay, dude, I get it.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. It's your catchphrase, damn it.
All right, so we have Chase Ham. How many movies do you think you own if you could give an estimate?
Oh, like goddamn total. I don't even want to go there. Maybe I'm just gonna round it like a total with my Blu-rays, 4Ks, and steelbooks. Maybe close to 1,000. I want to say. I never really counted except for my steelbooks. I think that's about it. I just never counted. I'm never a counting guy.
Yeah, same here. The steelbooks I stopped counting as well after like 150 or something like that. And that was only because I did a video like when I reached 100. When I had reached 100 steelbooks, that video is long gone, by the way. So no one can see it. I think I stopped counting my Blu-rays and everything after like 700 or something like that. I just stopped counting. So I know I've gotten a lot more since then, but I would have zero idea like what the exact number is.
Yeah.
All right, JRP says, Dave, do you have any Arnold Laserdisc or VHS in your display?
Oh, yes, I do. I do have Arnold Laserdisc. They're in the Arnold exhibit right behind me. And actually, I went crazy with Christmas because I had a certain amount, and I was like, yeah, sure, let me just go on eBay. And they were like, somewhere on like $5, $10. So I just started ordering a crap ton of Arnold Laserdisc for Christmas. So there you go. It's funny.
So we got Tony's Movies and More. Hello, guys. Sorry I'm late. How are you doing today? Dave, what's up?
What's up there, Tony? Tony P.
Thanks for dropping by. That Turbo Man speaks Spanish.
I'm afraid to try it. I don't care. I'll take a Spanish talking. It probably would be. With my luck, that would be a Spanish talking one.
I think that's what I commented on the video about when you got it or whatever. I think that was like not this one, but the one beforehand.
Yeah, the other
I think
one,
that's the one I think I commented on there. Like, is it the multilingual version?
That would be hilarious, actually. I'd be honored to have one. I'd be like that only guy with the Mexican Turbo Man.
I don't even know how you. I mean, I speak Spanish, but I don't even know how you would say Turbo Man in Spanish. I'm pretty sure it'd be like hombre something. Alright, so Smith Boy reviews.
Hey.
That's how it was when I found Turbo Man. I was like, yeah, Mr. Nichols. Like, I mean, I heard in California, man, those Turbo Mans went so fast. I remember everyone was trying to get them.
Everyone was over there. That was good. I think he went on his like third Walmart and everything, and found them in that box. So that was pretty cool. I was jealous though. I was like, God damn it.
I mean, it would be nice to have one. I've actually never even tried to see if like my Walmarts have a Turbo Man. I mean, I doubt it, but I've just never tried. I mean, if I find one, I'll be like, oh, hey, awesome. Maybe I could grab this for my son because he really likes Jingle All the Way as well. So he'll be like, hey, look, it's Turbo Man. But I think after maybe a while, he'd probably be like, why did you buy me this?
What do you mean? No, not for your son. It has to be for Jamie. All right? Because I'm keeping this one. So someone needs to get it for Jamie.
Because right now he's mostly into like Fortnite and like video games and stuff. So like anything other than that, he's just like, yeah, that's cool. Like at first he'll be like, oh, that's cool, because kids are like, oh, awesome, you got me something. Yeah. But after a while they're like,
yeah. I know, that's like for Christmas for my niece and nephew. I'm like, man, okay, I got to try and get a cool gift. And yeah, it's always terrible when they open it like, oh yeah. I'm like, God damn it. Whatever, it's for you.
It's like the avocado kid. It's like an avocado. Thanks. Alright, so we have Mr. Nichols still got to send Durant that Muscle Beach shirt.
Come on, do it. Do it now.
That's amazing. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player myself. My favorite deck to play is Joey Williams, Red Eyes, Black Strike. Yeah, man.
Right.
Well, yeah, they've been Red Eyes is still a pretty viable deck nowadays. They did get a hit with one of the new cards they came out with was a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, which came in one of the tins, which was like really sought after, but it got banned. So it's like, oh, there you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got banned?
Yeah. So I mean, like, there's a ton of new ones that were coming out. Like I don't know how much you've kept up with it, but like every year or so, every like 6 months or something like that, they come out with a new ban list of cards that are tournament legal and ones that aren't.
Oh, I see. It's funny because I remember I got this pack once, and I don't know if it was like a regular pack or whatnot, or like one of the Japanese, but I just remember it was a regular card. Of course, it was a woman on there, but it like, it showed her, her boobs on there. And I just remember, like, I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, whoa, what is this? I was just like so stunned by this. I'm like, what is happening right now?
I actually have there's, I don't know if you remember the Harpy Lady card.
Yeah.
I have the original artwork for that. It's uncensored, but it's just like a little strip over her nipples or whatever. That was the original artwork, and that card is like $10, and it's just a regular card because it's the uncensored version.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I didn't even know I had it.
I would watch some of the like the regular anime in American, how they transform, and that was definitely one of them. How they changed the Harpy Lady design. So yeah, I know what you need to talk about. I'm actually on season 2. I need to catch up on it again. I kind of fell off it. Have you seen the show? Like, do you like the show?
Yeah, I love the show. I'm still trying to get I've watched like every single episode, and I started once I got back into the Yu-Gi-Oh craze again. I just started watching every episode and got my wife into it and stuff.
Cool.
We watched like every single episode of the seasons. I'm actually trying to find the entire box set for a good price. I mean, I think the cheapest I found it so far was on eBay for like $60, which isn't bad, honestly.
Yeah, because people are like, yeah, Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, no, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Because anime is insane right now, and like everything related to anime is so expensive.
Oh yeah.
Because my wife's really into anime, that's her thing. But like, it's hard to find gifts for her in regards to anime because everything is so expensive, and I'm just like,
So
why do you have to
expensive.
like? Well, it's like, why do you have to like really obscure stuff? Like I've had to import animes straight from Japan and stuff because I can't find it in the
Yeah.
U.S.
Yeah, no, sometimes I think the same. I'll go on eBay. I'm just like, God damn it, why do all these people have to like the same thing that I freaking like? You know, it's like Terminator stuff, Halloween, Michael Myers. I'm like, damn it. You know, everything's so expensive.
So, yeah, Mr. Nichols, I'm so mad. I had a whole book of nothing but LeBron James rookie cards, and I sold it at a yard sale when I was 16. Ooh,
Oh,
big
Mr.
oof.
Nichols at 16. What are you doing? Just slapped you on the... No, just kidding. They deserve to be sold. Get
That's
that
what's funny,
crap
as a-
out of here.
as a kid, you don't get a sense of these things. Like I said, with cards or pretty much anything collectible nowadays, or even Blu-rays, you at a time you might think like, oh, this is whatever, and you get rid of it, and then later on it's out of print, or like the slip
Yeah.
cover you had with it is gone, and now it's worth like $60.
Yeah, it's funny because there was one point where I had a Terminator 2 slipcover, and I'm just like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. So I got rid of it. And now I'm just like, damn it. Like, what the hell? But Mr. Nichols, I'm sure you could get a LeBron Space Jam 2 card. I bet there's something out there if you want.
Speaking of Mr. Nichols, I want to get back into these questions that I have for you. In regards to Mr. Nichols, he's always hitting up the swap meets and stuff like that. Do you have any swap meets or thrift stores in your area?
Ooh, not much, or not much that I know of, honestly. Like, there's some thrift stores, but I barely ever go into them.
Mhm.
Like, we only have like one Goodwill. I went into a Savers, and they didn't really have much. And that's about it. There's never any swap meets. I've been to, actually, this, what the hell is it called? There's a place that, like, does the same thing. That will sell movies and stuff like that. But it's been a while since I actually thought about doing a video at I think it is a swap meet or a thrift store or something like that. It's like a big building with people, selling stuff. So, but no, yeah, I'll always go there, and I actually found some cool stuff. It was like a Terminator 2 figures, and I was like, holy crap, like, that's awesome. So I bought a couple there, and then I went, next time, and I bought 2 more. So that was the biggest thing that came from that. But no, they can be fun. Like, you'll find some weird stuff that you don't see at other stores. That's why I kind of liked FYE and Newberry Comics, because they sold stuff like that Best Buy, Walmart, Target doesn't have, like, really weird but fun things that, like, you might collect. So every time I go in them, I'm like, yeah, sweet. But no, I have to hit up that one place. I think it's called, I think it is a swap meet or whatnot. I don't know, I forget. How about you?
Because I have my particular preference is we have a Zia Records here. There's like a ton of them. It's like in my area there are 2. There's one literally like 5-6 minutes away, and then I have another about 15-20 minutes away. It's like it's a used record store, but they sell a lot of movies, and like they pretty much have like anything and everything that a physical media collector would love. Books, records, I mean, they even have electronics, t-shirts, anything you want. And that's where I usually go. When I do find stuff that I want to trade in, or if I have stuff that I no longer want, that's where I go, get some awesome store credit for it, buy some more movies.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
I have been having some pretty good look at the Goodwills lately. I never really used to, but for some reason I'm just like, let me try it. But I've been finding a lot of really good stuff at the Goodwills.
See, I'm mad because, like, there's some other people that are just like, oh, dude, like, I have 6 Goodwills, and they find like the craziest stuff, like great VHS tapes, maybe some movies, like even like toys, like old school retro stuff. And I'm just like, I'm stuck with one, and it sucks. Like, I went in there once. I was like, yes, I'll do a video. Let's do it. And I walked in. It's just like a shelf of just like DVDs, and that's it. Like, there's obviously their clothes and books, but that was it. It was garbage. So yeah. I'm like, that's it. That's the only one I got. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I'm always lucky to. I think I'm lucky to have the Goodwills that I have in my area. There's like three in my general, well, actually like 3 or 4 in my general area. And I usually always find something pretty good for a decent price as well, because I know a lot of people who do a lot of these hauls that are just like, oh man, like Goodwill is getting crazy with their prices. Like I paid like $6 for this, and I'm like, I'm paying $2 for a Blu-ray. You guys are paying $6, like that sucks. I'm like, where do you guys live again? Because I always hear a bunch of people bashing on the Goodwill and them changing their prices, and I'm like, mine have stayed the same since forever, so I'm pretty lucky about that.
Oh yeah, oh nice. Yeah, because I felt the same way with my FYE. It was crazy because it was literally like 10 minutes or 15 minutes away, and it was like it's so far the best FYE I've ever been to. It's had like 3 aisles just filled with movies from DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K steelbooks, and it was cool because if there was ever a time for a slow week, I would just go there. Be like, all right, I'm doing my video at FYE, and it was like always a great output. Just like, all right, awesome, nothing's coming out, I'll just see what they got. And then the moment, and I felt so like lucky because I'm like, not many other people could do something like this, like explore this FYE. And I just, once it was gone, I'm just like, I'm nothing.
Yeah, we have literally one FYE left in the whole state, and it's right down the street from my house because I live like literally like 2 minutes away from the mall. So there is one FYE there, but it sucks because all they have now is like Funko Pops, T-shirts, and like a bunch of merch, and that's really it. That's where I used to go to get. That's really where my when I first started collecting Blu-rays, that's where I would get all of my movies because they were all very. At the time, Blu-ray was still expensive, especially someone for me who was in school. I didn't even have a job, so I'm like, any chance I got any money from doing like odd jobs here and there, I'd go to FYE and get some movies. And I had made friends with like pretty much everyone. Everyone there knew me because like every other week I was there like buying all kinds of movies. But once that started to slow down, it really sucked. So I haven't been inside of an FYE in like years.
Yeah, I've had a strange history with FYEs because the one I was just talking about, like that was cool. Like I knew all the people, they were wicked friendly. And then when that closed, I went to one that was like 40 minutes away. But of course, I did like 2 videos, no problem. And then I went back there, and like they called the security guy on me, like, hey, you can't film. And I was like, okay. And then after that, I went back, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ask, like, hey, can I record? Like, I'm not bothering anyone. And so I go up, and I'm like, hey, can I record? And she's like, no, you can't. I'm like, great. And so like I had to drive back. I'm like, well, that was a waste of time. But then that closed. So the closest one to me, there's one open up in the mall, and I actually went there a week ago, and it was the same thing. I walked in, small section. They did have a steelbook like section, and like they just got rid of it. And so the one next to me is like in a different state. It's like I don't know, like an hour drive to get there. But yeah, it sucks, And then like even Newberry Comics is that we have that over here. I don't know if you guys do. And the one at the mall, they at least had some movies, not the greatest options, not the biggest selection. I was like, okay, I get it. But I walked in there last time, nothing. Did not spot any movies. They got rid of them completely. So I was like, this mall sucks. Like, there's no point,
Speaking of your the time that you got they kind of like kicked you out, I guess, of the FYA because they didn't want you to record or whatever. I think that was actually one of my favorite videos of yours because it was like the first time that we legitimate got to see you kind of angry because you're usually a pretty upbeat guy, but you could tell that day you were really mad.
I was mad because like that was the first time I've seen other people get kicked out, told to stop recording. Never once doing Blu-ray hunting was I ever asked. So when that happened, I was unaware because like at this point, I was just recording, like just doing a montage, like in my head, like okay, I'm gonna put music, so I'm not even speaking. And just to have this security guy come up, and I'm just like, I drove all this way, just to get some footage. I still use the footage. They told me to delete it. I was like, okay, sure. Didn't. But like when I got back home, I was pissed like the whole time, and I was like, you know what? this could be fun for the video though. Like that it could work.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it happened again too. Because actually, I was upset because I was with some friends now at this point, so I wanted to get all our reactions in the store, and so we got in there. I got like some footage of me able to to talk until like one of them came up was like, oh no, like you can't do that, and like I was upset about that because like I said, I want to get footage with me and my friends at FYE. That was the whole idea, and so I'm just like fuck, but yeah. No, I am a human. Yeah. Like I said, I try to keep my videos positive, upbeat for sure, but I do get mad at times. So I'm glad you like that one.
Yeah, so. I always love when people that I watch kind of get out of character a bit, like when it's pretty funny. I always like to see people who are usually pretty upbeat just get upset, or people who are always upset be a little happy.
Yeah. Yeah, like goddamn, I just want to see Dave just like swear or like choke someone out. One of these days, awesome. I'll do that for you, man.
All right. But
that's funny.
Yeah, it's I know a lot of people saying that, telling me their stories about like them not being able to film in anywhere. It's funny because like I don't do when I did do the Blu-ray hunting stuff, I never really filmed at all in the store. I don't know why. I think it's just because it feels awkward to me.
Oh yeah.
It feels awkward having a camera in my face and just talking to no one anyway. So like, holding my camera and like walking around kind of talking and stuff is just super awkward for me. So that's why I never really did it. But even if I did, the times that I did do it, I never had any issues with anyone, like anybody at the store, like at Best Buys or Targets. But I always hear about the, their tales, like, yeah, like the guy says you can't be recording in here. And I was like, I've never had that happen to me.
Yeah, it's so funny because like I was the same way when I started recording my Blu-ray hunts. I would always try to keep it on the down low, like even at my Best Buy, which was always was the worst one to do because the aisles are like this high, so you can clearly see me. So I would always do it like really quick, try to keep it secret as best I can. Now I walk in, they're like, oh hey, it's you. Yeah, come on in. Like, oh, how was your video? How was your hunt? And like people, when they shrunk down the movie section, like some of these people I never even talked to, and that they worked there, and I walk in like, oh, and like some guy who worked at Best Buy, he was like, oh, dude, this must be killing you. I'm like, yeah, man, it is. So no, it's great. It's awesome because my Best Buy, they're super cool, really nice people, and like even at one point I walked in. And there was a certain amount of steelbooks coming out. Obviously, there was one that was all sold out. And this guy was like, "Oh yeah, I have it in the back." I'm like, dude, I can bring it out for you if you want. I was like, "Nah, it's all good. It's all right. Thank you though." So, some really nice people. And it's hilarious actually. It was a week or 2 weeks ago, where this guy was up the front allowing people in, and I was with my buddy Pat. And, he started talking to us. He was like, oh, hey, I saw you with the camera. You got a YouTube channel? I was like, yeah, I do, hunting videos, blah, blah, blah. So we're talking about movies. And so I'm ringing up my movie and, I'm ordering and whatnot. So I'm walking out, but this other guy walks out with me and the alarm goes off. But we both still walk, we're not running. I didn't steal anything. And I'm outside of Best Buy and I see him coming out. And I was like, oh no, he's probably going to think I stole something. And then all of a sudden he's just like, so what was your YouTube channel called? And he's like he's typing up in his phone and he's like, this one, right? And he hits subscribe. He's like, okay, cool, thanks. And he walks back in. I was like, oh, okay, that was completely different from what I had visioned in my head. So that was pretty cool. That was a fun time right there.
That's also going to segue into one of the questions that I had for you, and that was you, for the most part, you do get recognized. Like, how often do you get recognized in public because of your YouTube channel?
Oh, I'm not like crazy about like every single week, but I have been some handful of times. Like, yeah, just a handful. Because I remember a Black Friday video, I was doing it, and my buddy Andrew was like, oh yeah, I saw this kid like just swarm around in the same area as us. I was like, okay. And then he eventually came up. He's like, oh dude, I watched your videos. I was like, hey, what's up, man? And then there was another time at FYE, I was just walking by. It was kind of interesting too, because this kid's, he's like, hey, I used to watch your videos. So I'm like taken back. I'm like, oh, you used to, just watch them. But either way, I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. But it was kind of awkward too at the same moment. And but I think this is my favorite one though, where I went to the store, Bull Moose place in New Hampshire. And so it's kind of like a library, but I'm doing my like camera stuff, just filming like a montage. So just film the sections. And this dude comes up to me, he goes, hot chicken nuggets. I was off my guard. I was like, whoa, obviously he has to watch the channel if someone is saying that. So that was pretty cool. And I've met a lot of people in Massachusetts from just my YouTube channel. Like my buddy Andrew, he said he worked at Walmart. He saw me filming at one point. He heard me. Obviously, I'm a loud, fucking speaker. So I'm just like, hey guys, and that I keep it on the down low. And he's like, yeah, I saw him recording. And I met my buddy Pat because he was watching my videos, and he comments. He's like, oh, dude, I went to that Best Buy. And I was just like, whoa, like someone in my comments is that at that Best Buy? And I was just looking through, and he goes, hey, DURANT CINEMA. I was like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? So it's pretty cool. And one more real quick on it. I was at Universal Studios, so I'm filming it with my buddy Ed, and obviously I had a camera in my hand, so I was just filming. But then later on through the lines, this girl walks by. She's like, oh, she had like some sort of accent. And she's like, oh, yeah, you YouTubers. And I was like, yeah, YouTube. Yeah. And I was thinking she just saw us recording. And then, like, we're going by each other with the lines and everything. I was like, did she just see us recording? I'm like, all right, I got to ask her. And so, like, the moment we cross paths again, I go, do you watch my channel? Like, is that it? And she's like, yeah, that's your channel. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, awesome. I was blown away by that. That was pretty cool. So some awesome moments right there. Just doing these videos. It's crazy. Like, you just don't realize, like, just me doing YouTube videos, like, what could happen. Like, you just meet incredible people, become friends with amazing people on here, and it's awesome. You got to talk to all sorts of people from different states, countries. So it's really cool experience.
Definitely. That's why I wanted to start doing this live stream series, because I've had conversations with different YouTubers that I really enjoy, mostly through comments or on Instagram and stuff like that. But this was my chance to actually have, like, sort of a face-to-face, if you will, kind of conversation with these people that I've been, watching videos for so long. So that was also the main, like, focal point of why I wanted to start doing these live streams.
Oh, that's good. That's brave too, because I would be nervous if I did, like, stuff like this, and just talk to the certain people. Like, I get nervous all the time, like, weirdly enough, like when I do, I've gotten, like, more comfortable, obviously, like doing live streams and stuff like that, because I'm like, don't say anything stupid, Dave. Don't say anything stupid. Of course I do, but no, I always have a blast doing it. Like, no, this is cool though. Like, you just reach out, and like, I get nervous just reaching out to certain people, like, to be part of my video or whatnot. I'm just like, should I do it? Like, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on the nervousness of it. Just because I don't want to feel like I'm, like, kind of spamming in a way. Like, hey, I watch your stuff. Do you want to be on my live stream? Like, it does feel a little weird. So, I mean, but I also mentally prepare also. Was like, if they say no, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Yeah. There's always someone else. But
you're like, screw you.
Yeah. So far, I've been lucky enough to where pretty much everyone that I've had on these episodes has said yes. Everyone on here so far has been someone that I truly respect, and someone that I think is just really good at what they're doing, and I think their content is just, like, top tier stuff. So I want to thank you again for joining here.
I'm confused. Why am I on here? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, man.
Funny you ask, because that's another question I wanted to ask you. See how this happens?
I was supposed to get a bigger YouTuber, but I had to settle for you.
That's not for you. All right, so this is like now we've got. I was telling you backstage that we kind of get to once we get through like kind of the fun stuff, we get to a little bit more stuff that'll have you thinking a bit.
Oh.
And so here's one here. Let me get to it.
I'm scared. Got this.
It has to do with like Blu-ray hunting. So in one of my videos, I talked about. We also had a conversation about this before the live started, and like I said, I used to do Blu-ray hunting videos and Blu-ray hauls and stuff, but I stopped. And then I did a video explaining why I stopped, and I got a lot of really good feedback. So people understood where I was coming from, and they understood that even though they used to watch and love my channel for those reasons, but they're still around, and I appreciate that so much that people still continue to watch my videos, even though I no longer make the content that they came for, you know. So and in that video, I talk about how I stopped because I felt the whole Blu-ray haul and Blu-ray hunting thing was getting a little oversaturated because there was just so many people doing it. So I wanted to ask you what your thoughts are of the like oversaturation of those kind of Blu-ray hunting and Blu-ray haul videos.
It's interesting because honestly, I personally love it because because doing this Blu-ray hunting, I actually felt the same for movie reviews, and that's when I was doing first. So it's just movie reviews, but I'm like, man, there's so many people doing this, like, and also you had your top tier people who would people would just go to, and obviously I got into Blu-ray hunting, and plus I just enjoy doing those videos a lot more. But then watching though, like even now on YouTube, that's all I pretty much watch is I'll watch Blu-ray hunting videos and then like random other stuff. But for like movie channels, like mostly Blu-ray hunting, of course other people as well. But I just love it. I find it entertaining. So I'm the opposite. I'm like, hey, the more Blu-ray hunting channels, the better, because like I love watching people go, just vlogging, go in the stores, hunting, see what they got, see what's going on. And so, every Tuesday or Wednesday morning or afternoon, like I'm catching up with people's Blu-ray hunting videos. So I don't know, I appreciate that because I honestly, I appreciate anyone who is willing to put themselves out there on YouTube in general, because YouTube can be a very dark place for sure. And like it can go down really fast with like trolls, negativity, but you're putting yourself out there, like you're facing the camera, you putting you like to the world. So I think that's pretty cool. And Blu-ray hunting, I don't know, I find it fascinating that people go in the stores, and I don't know if it's because I'm in that field, like I get it, but I don't know, I find it entertaining. So every Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm catching up with everyone's videos and whatnot. So
okay,
I find it fun.
Good answer. Just in case, I don't want you to get a lot of hate.
Oh no. It's all true. It's all true. Like I look forward. Like I legit typed in on YouTube. This is actually how I found a couple. Even 4K Media Guide. That's how I found him. I looked up on mid-level media, like stuff like that. So like I typed it in Blu-ray hunts, and I'll just look through people and see videos of what they're posting, and I'll subscribe because I was like, hell yeah, I want to see more each week. So that's how I am.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're saying that that's like primarily the types of videos you watch are the Blu-ray hunting videos. So does that mean that you don't watch my channel?
Well, I actually just, I'll be honest with you, I just discovered, because I was just trying to max the person, because like I said earlier, how I found you on your, on other people's live streams, and I didn't know you were the same person. So yeah, no, like, because people will comment and be like, oh yeah, watch this video. I'm like, oh man, I can't get through everyone's, but I did discover you though, and I did subscribe. So I'm on your channel now. So
that's good.
I
that's
appreciate
good.
It.
I just wanted to make you sweat a little bit.
I need a towel to wipe me down.
All right.
No, weirdly enough, like right now I'm watching like Blu-ray hunting videos and predator catches, where they like stings
Oh,
online.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know. I find those interesting. I kind of like the vlog style channels, like stuff like that. But like predator hunts and stuff like I don't know, I find it fascinating, like that people go out there and they're doing a good deed. So I don't know, they're
Yeah.
entertaining to watch.
Some of them are. I only started seeing those because of the one they did about EDP. I don't know if you know who that is. Yeah,
yeah. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, I did actually. I knew who he was.
You did?
And yeah, and I used to watch his videos a lot because I'm still a huge fan of Tosh.0, and he had been on there like a bunch of times and stuff like that. Tosh.0, I had him on there a few times, and just kind of discussing things, and that's how I got introduced to his content. So when all of that happened, I was just like, no.
Oh man, wow.
That kind of crushed me. And what makes it even worse is that I no longer can use his content in my videos because if you check out my videos, I use a lot of like different edits and stuff and different funny memes and stuff into my videos, just kind of break up just me talking, because I feel like people get annoyed with just me talking the whole time, so I have to break it up with memes or funny edits. And I had a bunch of edits that I was going to use using him because he has so many awesome and funny sound bites, but I can no longer use them because it's just the context of it is bad.
It's hilarious because I was watching Predator catches before, and then all of a sudden this guy popped up, and I was like, who is this? But then it became like a huge thing. I kept track on it. I started watching other people's videos about him, and like even updates now, like I'll still type it in. That was like a big thing. I don't even know who this guy was. So yeah, that was a segment right there for you. Yeah, that's funny though.
Yeah, but I had to trash all of those memes and all of those edits. Like, I can't use these anymore.
Nope, out the window.
Yep. I was like, damn you, EDP.
Yeah, damn just you. Trying to get a cupcake,
Oh man, that's gonna turn into like a weird slang term on the streets nowadays. You have any cupcakes? Like, I'm scared for people who legitimately are going out for cupcakes and they're gonna think that they're looking for something bad.
It's hilarious because like I said, I'll look up updates and stuff, and he's still trying to like be himself, with social media. It's just dude, it's not working. Like everyone knows, like even though he didn't go to jail, his reputation in his channel and everything it's gone. It is just down the drain. So he didn't have to go to jail. This is probably even worse. Who knows?
Yeah. Probably,
walking the streets, everyone probably knows who you are and what you did. So crazy world we live in.
So another question I wanted to ask you was, how do you feel? It's kind of a funny one. How do you feel about being a sort of like celebrity in a way of the like Blu-ray community?
A celebrity.
Yeah.
God damn.
And do you accept that term?
I think that's the first time I've heard that, honestly. Celebrity. Because we touched on this like a little bit before going live, how like even though my name gets thrown out there, like, hey, I watched DURANT Cinema's video, like I get thrown in, like Wet Movie 1 and Cool Duder, who have been doing it for years. Like it still doesn't process my mind because, like I said, like YouTube years, they literally fly by. Like they fly by. I've been doing this for like 6 years total with the channel, but like maybe 4 years doing Blu-ray hunts, like just sticking with that. And I don't know, to have people like, hey, I watch you, like you inspire me. You got me in the steel books. You helped create a YouTube channel. Like it literally still blows my mind. I was just like, I don't get it. I don't know why people watch my channel. I don't find myself really funny or anything like that. Like I try to be, but I don't know. That's why. But honestly, I love it though, and I love that people do and show all the support behind my channel, and it's great. It's wonderful, and I do love all those comments that I do get about how I inspire people and everything. Even though it may hurt their wallet, and it's not a good way, but it's not drugs or anything bad. So it's just movies, it's Blu-rays, it's steelbooks, so it is crazy. It is crazy, and like I still don't process it all the way because like I said, I still feel like I'm that guy who's just still trying to get 100 views, 100 subscribers, just making their way. It seemed like just a couple days ago, So it's weird that people would look up to me in my channel and like, hey, oh, you're Durant Cinema. I don't know. I still can't process it. It's still crazy to me, honestly. So, it's nuts.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
it's awesome.
So you go into every. So that's kind of like your mind state every time you go into a new video or whatever. Is like you're still that guy that started out a long time ago, less than a few subs or whatever, and just trying to put out as great a content as you can.
Yeah.
And that's really why you're still one of the only primarily people that I watch that do the whole Blu-ray hunting thing. Because after I got out of it, I kind of just stopped watching those kinds of videos.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to expand and just trying to get more creative with the stuff that I was doing. But you're still primarily one of the only ones that I still watch.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's also crazy too because like, I can't do the same stuff as I did before, and because people don't realize how because now I got a full-time job and I get out at 3. Before I used to have Tuesdays off, or I used to work in the afternoon, like at 4 o'clock. So I would have all morning and afternoon. Now it's just like I get out at 3. I give myself at least 2 hours to go to stores, which is only mostly like 2 stores, maybe 3, like if I can do it. And then I go home, I edit for like 2 hours, and then finalizing takes an hour. And like it's like 9:30, maybe 10:30, where I can finally be done, upload the channel. So people don't realize that. Like they see a 13-minute video, but it is a lot longer. I can't add in certain things as I used to do before, or take as much time editing, because it's like a love-hate relationship. Like I love doing it. Like I love creating the story. I love trying to put pieces together, make it flow well, and like I love doing that. But then after like an hour and a half of it, I'm just like, I just want this to be done.
Exactly.
But it takes a lot of work, and it's crazy. Like I'm sitting in this chair, and before I used to get like back sweat, cramps just from getting up from the chair. It's a lot. It really is a lot, and but it's still fun. I still look forward to it. There'll be days, honestly, where I'm just like, like I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. Like, and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But then once I pick up that camera and like I get a flow going, I'm good. I'm good to go. So
definitely, I'm the same way, especially like with my videos, because a majority of them don't show my face. I have to think of an idea. I have to write a script out. I have to record it. I have to put it onto my computer. I got to edit everything that I don't want. Yeah. I got to look for movie clips or different things that that'll occupy that space. I got to think of a funny joke because people expect me to have some kind of stupid edit in there or some kind of joke. And then I have to think of like, well, I can't script out a joke. It has to come out, just like fresh. And then I have to think, well, what would be funny for me to put over that? And it does, man. Like the editing process is grueling, but when everything's said and done, I'm like, yes. But I'll never watch the video. I watch it once through just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. I put it up on YouTube. That's what I do. Never watch it again.
No. I'll watch it from time. I'll watch it maybe once or twice, and then that's pretty much about it. Yeah. But yeah, just people don't realize how much editing goes to it. But honestly, that's what shows your channel. Like, if the easiest video you can just throw up. I could do a straight video, but people don't just like the easier the video is, the less you're gonna get back. Because like if people see that you're working hard at it, that you're doing a lot of editing, people appreciate that stuff. They like that. It's like, oh, cool. Like that's awesome. And that's how I feel. Like the more hard work you put into a video, the more people appreciate something like that. I don't know. That's just, and plus I love editing. It's always been fun. It's funny because before my brother had a video camera and we used to make movies and stuff like that. So that was a good time. They're terrible movies, but they're fun to look at before.
Mhm.
But no, it's cool. I use like Adobe Premiere, and it so far it's been great. I love it. Throughout the years, like I always learn new stuff. Like I always develop it. Always this a better flow from
Mhm.
starting back. Like I'll watch a couple of years ago, even like I don't know 3 years ago, some of my videos. I'm just like, oh, freaking Christ! Like that was terrible. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I saying? What kind of edit was that? Like it's cringeworthy. Like I'm sure my
Yeah.
videos aren't like the best, but as time goes on, you really learn like, okay, because each week I try to do something different. Like I always start off somewhere different. Like my intro, I always try to do something different,
Mhm.
and I feel like that's a good thing. It's like if people do the same thing, it's like you get used to it. But if like you just throw something a little different, it's like, whoa, where did that come from? But I don't know. That's how I like to see it. Just keep it fun, keep you a little bit on the edge of your toes. Be like, whoa, what is this? I don't know.
Yeah, that's I get the same feeling. I'm even now, like as I keep going and going and going, and I can stand to watch a few of my videos, like when people or like my nephew watches a lot of my videos, funny enough, and like so I'll have to kind of watch it over again, or when someone I know brings it up, like, oh hey, or I'll show them like, hey, I made this funny edit or whatever on my YouTube channel, and I'll just show them that part. I won't show them the rest of the video. I just show them that one clip. And so that's kind of when I'll start watching it again. Or I'll have my wife come in as I'm editing a joke or a scene, or I'm just like, what do you think of this? Like, does this look okay? And then she'll watch it and she's like, yeah, that's good. I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, like it's constantly evolving, and I'm constantly learning new things as well. And I will look back at those old videos. I actually want to redo some like videos that I've done, just because I'll listen back to them and I'm just like, oh man, like this is really bad. And I want to redo them over.
I know, it's so funny. Back in the day, you think it's like the greatest. Like, holy crap, that was amazing. And then you look back, like, that was terrible. It's because I'm on the same page as like, I don't mind people watching my videos like around me, but just don't do it in front of me, because I don't want to see your reaction, or just like no reaction at all. It's just like, oh, just watch it on your own time. That's fine. Actually, it's a funny story how I used to work at a grocery store, and I would never tell anyone about my videos. I kept them on the down low. No, didn't tell anyone. And so I did a boy review with Jennifer Lopez. And I had like a little intro for that, like, "Ooh, I like your cookies," or something like that. And all of a sudden, I also said in the video how it was my first female crush. Like, I bought her CD. It was my first CD ever. And so I'm at work, all right? I'm walking by, and one of my coworkers, actually someone I didn't really fully know, he walks out. He goes, "So Jennifer Lopez was your first CD, huh?" I was just like, what? He's like, "Oh, I watched your video." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I got like so nervous. I was like, "Oh my god, this is where it all ends." And eventually did. And like my boss found out. He's like, "Oh yeah, watch your video." I was like, and this is when like me and my boss were just strictly business, like serious. I was just like, oh fuck. So I was like acting all like fucking crazy on there. I'm like, "Hey guys, doing this video, hey," and then like he's watching it and I'm just there to work. So it was embarrassing, but it's all good. It's in the past. I thought it was funny though.
I don't I don't really know if people I don't talk about my channel like at all to anyone in like my personal life. I do have a few friends that have stumbled up on him and will let me know like, "Oh hey, I watched your video about this," and it's like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Or like my nephew shows everyone at my mom's house.
Oh, man.
Because I had used my son in in the videos for like a Monster Hunter trailer reaction, which got blocked like everywhere because they don't like it when you mock their products. So I had used my son in the video, and so he watched that video like over and over because he was just so happy to see himself on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And and then my nephew showed, he showed my nephew showed my mom. So my mom does watch my videos, which is really funny. And then my nephew and my mom will show her friends, and I'm like, please don't show people in the neighborhood these videos. Because but everyone at work, like I don't mention it at all to anyone at work, just because in any kind of work environment that I've ever had, I don't work in a place where it comes up organically, and it also I also don't work around people that really have the same common interests as me. They're not they're not really big into movies, they're not really big into music or anything like that, or anything kind of like YouTube related. So there's really no way to bring it up. Also, if I did bring it up, they probably wouldn't like my videos anyway. So I'm like, I've never actually brought it up at all to like coworkers or anything like that.
Yeah. No, that's well, there you go. Well, that's the thing. If like no one likes movies or anything like that, it's just like, yeah, that's fine. Let's just keep it that way. You don't need to know about my channel. And
so that's a plus.
No, it's good too, because I remember before on my channel, I used to be a little more raunchier with the things that I would say, and I'm kind of glad I'm not like that anymore, because like after a while, like I show like this movie, I'm like, yeah, I'd love to eat her ass, and like something like that. I'm just like, all right, good thing. Like oh yeah, Tommy, yeah, you saw that video, awesome.
I vote that we bring back raunchy Durant Cinema.
Yeah.
We'll call it Durant Cinema After Dark.
Yeah, After Dark. That's fine with me. Hey, if we gotta go there, I'll go there.
Yeah, like in my videos, like I also do still put like kind of weird jokes in there. That I guess they're not really too offensive, but sometimes I will have a joke in it that's kind of like that might have gone a little too far, but or like an edit, I'll throw like a video clip of something, and I always feel like watching back, and that's why I have to have my wife or my brother does watch my videos as well, because I have to go to him because he's younger than me, so he's more in tune with like today's comedy and today's like society and who's offended by what. He doesn't, partake in any of that, but he's more knowledgeable of it because he's in that generation. So I'll show him a clip of something, and I'll just be like, hey, watch this. Like, do you think that's like too far? And he's like, no, that's pretty funny. And I'm like, okay, good. Because I did a video. Yeah, I did a video on, I titled it like Brokeback Mountain is a masterpiece or whatever, which I think is true. Brokeback Mountain is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I have no shame in saying that.
Hey.
And it was gonna be a video for. It was also in that video I talk about my favorite like films from the LGBTQ plus community for Pride Month, because I hadn't seen anybody doing one of those like in this general community, so I wanted to do one because I think a lot of their films are really great, and because I kind of wanted to expose a little bit of like the like overly machismo dudes who kind of just like, because I had been seeing a bunch of people just like kind of mocking Brokeback Mountain, like, oh, you've seen that movie? Oh, you know what I mean? I'm just like, what's wrong with Brokeback Mountain? So I did that video, but I titled it something completely different. I didn't put anything, related to Pride Month in it, because obviously I don't want to get any like, hateful people there. But during the video, I threw in like jokes of Tropic Thunder when they were talking about Al Pacino being gay and stuff like that. I threw in like the clip of Al Pacino like saying like, I love the pussy and stuff like that, and I just thought it was like hilarious. I was like, this could be perfect in there, because I talk about like me being, because I mentioned me being like extremely heterosexual and stuff, but I love films that have to do with like the gay community. I just think they're very interesting. So I threw that clip in there like, I love the pussy, and so I had to call my brother and like, is this offensive, or like, would you think this is offensive? He's like, no, it's really funny. I was like, okay, good.
That's hilarious. Because like stuff like that, like exactly the same way. Or I'll edit or like have a certain joke. I'm just like, I don't know about this one. I'm like, do I do it? It's so tough too, because I'm like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Is this fine? And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Because some people will legit be like, that was hilarious. Like, I'm so glad. And then other people would be like, ew. I'm unsubscribing. Yeah, to you. Because I remember I did like this, I got like a certain amount of subscribers, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this video, just like all Megan Fox questions, bring them on, and like there was one of them which was like,
I think I remember that.
If Megan Fox was your sister, would you still do her? I was just like, yes.
Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah, then it was just like a bunch of other ones I would say, and I remember someone did say unsubscribed. I was like,
Unsubscribe.
all right, whatever.
Yeah, because being from where I'm from, I come from a very urban neighborhood and stuff like that. So I can walk both lines of being able to kind of be able to be socialized with anyone, but also be able to socialize with people from urban neighborhoods. I don't want to use that other word, ghetto, if you will.
Yeah.
But I grew up in those environments, so I still kind of have the sense of humor of that, which is why in a lot of my videos I throw in like clips from, say, like Boys in the Hood or some movie that like no one has ever seen, and they're just like, what is this? Or I'll throw in a clip from like, I'll just literally go on YouTube and type up like hood memes and stuff like that, and like maybe find one that I think is hilarious that relates to my video, and I'll throw it in there. Like some of them use the N-word and stuff like that, but I can use it. I've seen like, it's gonna sound really funny, but I've seen like other white YouTubers use those same clips, and I'm just like, bro, are you allowed to use this?
Yeah.
So, but when I use it, it's funny. I love it. A lot of people will hit me up on like Instagram talking about like they love the edits that I do because they catch you by surprise. Like you're not expecting it to hear like Soulja Boy like yelling at you and calling you the N-word. But I use that because like in all honesty, and I mean the film community is all love. Like everybody who does this kind of videos, it's all love. But there's no denying that like someone like me, there's not a whole lot of us out there doing these kind of like Blu-ray and video and movie type of videos out there. So I just think that's why I like to use this format to throw in jokes like that most people who aren't from urban neighborhoods wouldn't usually get. But there are some people who like they're like, I've had people from like middle of nowhere, country states like, oh hey, I love that clip that you put in, and it's funny, and it's like a rap battle or something where people are yelling at each other, and I'm just like, and it's just like this country white dude, and it's just so funny. But I love it. I love being able to expose different types of people to different types of content.
That's the best too, because like you're like, okay, I'm gonna throw this in there, and then like when you get personal messages saying, that was great, I love that video, I love the clip, be like, yes, that is what I'm talking about. That's why I put it in there. Exactly.
Most of them don't really. Well, they let me know they don't really comment on it because they don't want to like sound weird or anything. They're just like, I was gonna comment, but I didn't want to sound weird or anything, so I'm just messaging you. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. I don't want you to. That's fine with me.
Hey, yeah, whatever works, as long as it's good. They enjoyed it, so that's excellent.
And I've actually seen, they haven't credited me yet, but actually have seen, and we don't name names here on this live stream, maybe in the future, but we do not name names here. But I have seen other YouTubers kind of take, I've mentioned it before that I know some bigger YouTubers that have taken like memes of mine or like kind of like video edit ideas.
Whoa!
And I've never been credited, but they know and I know, and we'll keep it at that. We'll keep it at a mutual agreement that I know.
No, we can't just do that. Okay, we can't just be like whatever. No, we gotta throw it out there. Who we got?
Maybe in another chat we'll do that.
Now. I'm only messing with you. You can keep it a secret.
But yeah, I have seen some people who normally wouldn't do edits. All of a sudden, in their Blu-ray videos or whatever, they have edits in there. They'll have like throw clips in there, and I'm like, huh. And I know they watch my videos, and it's something that I would do at the right moment or whatever. So I'm like, all right. I know you'll never credit me, but I know, and you know that I know.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because that's exactly why I started doing the edits, because I had a lot of inspiration from gaming videos when I reformatted my channel. all I was watching was gaming videos and hip hop channels. And so I really liked their format, and I really liked the whole like commentary thing, not showing my face, because I didn't want to show my face at all anymore. But I did a Blu-ray video and everyone liked my face, so they're like, hey, show your face more often. So I'm like, damn it. So that didn't last long.
My face, damn it.
Yeah, so that didn't last long, but I still do those commentary videos where my face just isn't required. And a lot of that inspiration came from gaming videos, because a lot of those big time people who do gaming reviews and all that never show their faces, and I really like that. And as well as like a lot of hip hop channels that I would watch, none of them show their faces, because the main focus is the topic of what you're talking about, which is what I really like. So I'm like, I want to make the topic the main focus, not my face. Nobody likes my face anymore. It's all good.
So you do have a nice face, so I do agree with them.
But yeah, and then that's why I wanted to do those kinds of things. But like I said, I also don't like just straight talking.
Yeah.
So I noticed that when I also did it because I hated people who use those kinds of edits, and they were always in the wrong place. Like the one name that I will name is like, I don't watch them anymore, but like Watch Mojo or
oh yeah.
What are those? What's that other trash channel? What's that? Who are they? It's a British channel. What are they? What Culture or whatever they're called?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're trash. They're garbage. And they would use edits, like funny edits from like video games or movies in their videos, and I'm just like, what does this have to do with the topic of what you're saying? Like, they'll throw in some random like Shrek reference when talking about a video game, and I'm like, what?
It wouldn't even go along with what they said.
Yeah, so I'm just like, this is just stupid. They're just trying to fill up space.
Well, no, but then again, it is a Shrek reference, so
true.
Or a clip,
there's never a bad place
that
for
always
Shrek
works.
Yeah. So I took that. Yeah, so I took that, and I was like, well, I like that concept. I like the concept of throwing in, funny edits and clips, and even making my own. I have a lot of my own original ones too. But I was like, people need to use them in the proper context and the proper spaces. So that's what I started to do in my videos, and I've noticed that a few people have started doing that as well, who never used to do them, but all of a sudden do them.
Now where did that come from, huh? It's like someone, like, I watch a video and someone's like, man, cold chicken tenders. Let's go.
I'm gonna use that one. That'll be mine. That'll be my new catchphrase. Lukewarm or stale chicken tenders. Let's go.
Stale chicken tenders, baby. Let's go. I'm like, that seems kind of interesting. I'm like, wait, that's pretty sweet. That's a good one.
I'll send you 5% of the revenues when I make up T-shirts and stuff.
I thought about making another one, but I was just like, no, I'll stick with that. I'll stick with that one. Mm-hmm. It works.
It works. Yeah, I mean, it works.
I will say that is just mostly a Durant Cinema thing. Like that's like I don't really go out like on a regular Wednesday and go, hot chicken nuggets, guys. Holy crap. Like, it catches with, it's the persona of that whole Durant Cinema thing. So I was like, that's the only time I mostly use it. So, like, otherwise I go, holy moly guaca. No, that's not the one. Geez Louise mozzarella cheese is,
mozzarella cheese.
Yeah, it's the Dave saying. That's why I like to use.
So another question I wanted to ask you, we're kind of gonna segue a little bit back to the to your celebrity status. I know you get a lot of you get like a ton of comments. Like, how important to you is it to try to answer as many as you can? Because I'm pretty sure, like I say, you're a very busy guy. You got a lot of stuff going on in your personal life with work and other things like that. And people do get flooded with, someone at a certain level will get flooded with a ton of comments. But how important is it for you to kind of answer those comments, to let your viewers know that you do appreciate them, taking time out of their schedule to watch your videos and comment?
Yeah, no, it's important because, like, I think how this all started was because of YouTube. Me doing the videos on YouTube, so I try to get back as much as I can. Like I legit dedicate actually I got to do that today. And it's a lot. Like I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot because I have to go back. I get through and like I don't leave like, oh, thanks, or yeah, cool idea, or nice pickups, or something short like 2 words. Like no, like I try to respond to every single thing that they're trying to say, like the best that I can. And by the time I'm done, it legit will probably take me at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. And like this, like I try to get rid of them. Like I can't, mostly get to everyone's. I try to get to as much as I can, and try to do the best. So YouTube is my number one. I try to get to all the comments because that's where I lie. Like that's my passion, my YouTube videos. That's what I do, and so I try to get everyone there. It's a different story with social media on every like Instagram, Facebook. Like I'm just slow because with comments, like I just respond back and that'll be it, or some replies and I'll read them. But with like Instagram, it's a little tougher because when I do get through everyone's, I'm just like, yes, all of them come back. Like they just start filing back. I'm just like, like I try, but like that's the thing about me is that I'm kind of a private guy, where like I do put myself out there, but then I don't. Like I like doing the YouTube videos, but I'll do them on the Tuesday. Everything else, like I like to just focus on me, because like sometimes like when I'm just like on my phone, I can't keep up with everything. Like I just can't. Some other people can. Like they'll post stuff about what they're picking up on Instagram, or post statuses or this and that, and I'm just like, I can't. Like I'm just gonna sit back, do my own thing, and then like when I come back on Tuesday, like I'll eventually get to the messages. I just don't want to be overwhelmed, with YouTube. Like I want to have my my life, but also YouTube life. Like this is just a hobby, This is like my full-time job. This isn't my thing. Like whole career. Like if that was true, that would be a different story. Like if I just had this to dedicate, I would be going nuts. I would be going crazy. But no, I like to balance out. I like to balance with like family, friends, and stuff like that, and YouTube, like Durant Cinema. So, but with comments, I do try to get to. I try to get to as much as I can, and like I don't want to try and forget everyone, so I usually wait a week. And like they're all there, so I was just like, okay, just gotta go down the line and comments back. So you guys do that for me, and so I try to do that for you. And so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a lot easier. You know what I mean? Like I don't get as many. Obviously, I don't get as many comments and stuff as you would, but I do make it a priority to answer as many comments as I can. I'm probably gonna get in trouble if my manager ever watches this, but a lot of times I will be like on my phone at work, like answering messages and stuff like that.
What?
Like, oh, here you go. Because I want to be as quick as possible. Like I want people to know, like, hey, you're watching my video. Awesome. You don't have to at all. You know what I mean? They didn't have to watch it. They didn't have to comment, but they're taking time out of their day to do so, and I truly appreciate it. So I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to answer as quick as possible, because I want them to know that I really do appreciate it. Instagram is also, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm really bad at social media. I have a personal account, which I pretty much no longer use. I'm kind of letting it die out. But on my personal account, I was much more easier, because I was able to get through stuff a lot better, because I mean, no one's asking me or commenting on like my YouTube stuff or whatever I'm posting. It's just like personally between friends, just like talking with each other. But on when I started my account for my YouTube channel, it's hard, because I'm not as present on it as much as I would want to be. But it's because I kind of if I'm letting my own personal Instagram just like die off, my YouTube one is kind of falling in that same, like I don't want it to be. I do want to be more present on it, but it's like, well, if I don't care about my personal account, then like my YouTube one is just not gonna be as prevalent either.
Yeah.
But I do try to answer a lot of the DMs that I get.
That's good, because like I said, it's just it takes a while. Like you want to get back to each one, and like I would love to do them really quick, but it's just like, that's the thing. I get it for them, because it's like, hey, I'm just gonna send him a message. It's just I don't know how many people they're messaging or back and forth, well, for me, like, like I said, I'm not saying like, oh my God, I'm the craziest person. Well, like, I'll get multiple, and yeah, it definitely takes time. And like I said, it just goes right back, So I'm just like, I'll get through them all. But I feel bad because it's like I really wish I could like right away, respond to everyone and everything. But it's just like in the meantime, I just know that like, hey, I gotta also live my life, I gotta do the things that I want to do. I don't want to be burnt out. I don't want this to push me away. So I'm just gonna do what I feel comfortable doing with my life, and then when I get back to it, I will respond. Like I'll get to you. Yeah, I won't leave you hanging for a while. But no, like I do. I appreciate everyone and for what they do. But like I said, like YouTube, like that's my thing. That's why I love to do. That's where everyone watched me. That's where people find me, and so like. That I tried to get to. I get to everyone's comments. So that's my number one priority right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Instagram, like I'm not big on Instagram. Like I didn't get a following off of there. It's YouTube. Like YouTube is the main source. And if you guys comment and watch, and so I feel like I gotta at least, just comment and show you guys some love, support, and just read your comments and give feedback. So.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Because like I said, I always feel bad because I'm just like, man, like this message is like 3 weeks ago, and
yeah,
I don't know, but it's just like I said, I just get caught up with everything. I work a full-time job. I try to go to the gym afterwards, and who knows, this other personal stuff that I got to do. Sometimes I only get caught up with my movies,
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, okay, this, just life. Life happens,
Yeah, because when we first started talking on Instagram and stuff like that, yeah, the messages at first were pretty few and far between but I understood that. I understood that you're a busy guy. I also have my own stuff going on in my personal life, so that's why I didn't take it personal at all. And good. With our conversations, you gotta expect something like that, And with our conversations, were good because it was on a casual level. You know what I mean? I didn't just hit you straight up like, hey, watch my videos or blah, blah, blah. It was more of a casual thing, casual like conversations about stuff. And then I hit you with it.
No, it's all good because it's funny because I will get like a whole message like, oh, dude, I love your videos. You're great and everything. Oh, by the way, can I have a shout out? Like, can you follow me? Can you get this? I'm just like, oh, like, I get it. You're throwing yourself out there and everything, but it's like, just start with a casual, like, hey, how's it going? Or whatnot. But no, it's all good. Like I said, like I commend people who can keep up with stuff like that, like who can post, who can keep up with everything. I'm like, I commend you. I don't know how you do it, but I commend you, and I wish I was you. So.
Yeah, some people are just more. Yeah. Some people are just built like that. They're just built different.
Yeah, I know that's true. Cause like I don't know, even when like. I had a girlfriend, and it was like, oh man, like, like she'll watch other people's. Just like, how is their family member? Like, how is their wife? Like, appreciate this. Like, taking all the time to keep up with the, Facebook groups and stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't know, but I don't know. It's crazy. But no, that's something I said I wanted to do, which is like do better on social media. Like get back to people right away, but stuff in the way happens. So.
Mm-hmm. You spoke a little bit earlier about you being kind of a private person, So on YouTube, you are Durant Cinema. In real life, you're Dave. Like, do you prefer people calling you? Like, when you first like started meeting like friends from, like when you're talking about you met your friends from YouTube, like Pat and stuff like that. Like at first, were they kind of nervous about calling you Dave, or were they just like, oh, hey, Durant,
Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm not too sure how they felt, but yeah, it was always like, oh, Durant Cinema and stuff like that. And then like I just after a while of like talking and doing videos, it just became just Dave, like, oh yeah, Dave from Durant Cinema. And then like of course other people would chime in like, oh yeah, Durant Cinema, like, oh yeah, Dave. So no, it is cool because like I thought never in a million years like anything would happen, especially in Massachusetts. I didn't really come across a lot of people at all in Massachusetts. Actually, I thought it was like the only one for the longest time. And but no, there are others out there, and others not that far away from me. And there's still some that I would like to, Blu-ray hunt and stuff like that. But it's really cool to just come across people, and it's just Dave, like, oh hey, what's up, Dave? Well, it doesn't matter either way, but like, yeah, just to make friendships out of this, like, Pat, Andrew, and then like Pat's friend Steve he brought in, and Tony, and even Susan from Susan Reviews. She lives in Connecticut, so we've done like a couple videos. So it's really cool, really fun, and even out of state, it's awesome. Like my buddy Eddie from Florida, he would just be like, his nickname for me is Dave Areno.
Dave Areno.
Yeah. So every single time, you're like, hey, what's up, Dave Areno? I'm like, what's up, Ed? So it's awesome. It's a really cool, fun experience to even just have legit friendships in real life with people doing just YouTube. Like, if I'd never done this, I honestly wouldn't know what I would be doing at this point. Probably saved a lot more money, that's for sure, but that's about it, though.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I often wonder too about the like how many other collectors or whatever, or even people who are really big fans of films, like, or even that do YouTube. I don't think I've never met anybody. I did know one guy once. Like, he lives, I think he was like maybe 20 minutes away from me or whatever. He started doing some some Blu-ray stuff, but he kind of just disappeared.
That's it.
Hopefully he's okay. But other than that, like, I've never met anybody else in my area, because I often think the same thing. Like, am I the only one? I'm pretty sure I'm the only one. So I mean, I got to corner the market here, especially here.
It is weird how, I don't know, you think like movie community, in my eyes, like, I don't see it as the biggest, community, or like even movie hunting or steelbooks, collecting steelbooks. But I don't know, the numbers still keep going, and like, people find some way to watch your videos or something like that. So it's like, it keeps expanding, and just like, holy crap, like, there are actually more people out there who just love physical media, love watching people hunt physical media, and it's interesting for sure, especially in like different states or countries, people from Mexico or something like that. Like, yeah, we watch all the way from Germany. It's like, what?
Yeah.
So
yeah, the UK market is also pretty big too as well, and like because I got a lot of most of my supporters usually come from the UK, because that's when I first started doing my stuff. Like, a majority of the subscribers that I had and people that other YouTubers that I would communicate with are from the UK. I would hopefully like to get, some of them have already agreed to want to be on here, but it's just the whole time zone thing is really tricky, because they're like 8 hours ahead, and so it's either gonna have to be like really early for me or really late. So it's gonna be tricky, but we will get there. Hopefully for like season 2 or something, we'll get some international people. I did have a friend of mine, Film Freak Becky. She's Canadian, so I was able to get her on one of the episodes, because she's actually on the same time zone as I am, so that was really lucky.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. Like I said, I had no idea what time it was over there for you. I was like,
no,
oh crap. Yeah, I can only imagine with the UK. Like, geez, with that much gap time. Damn. But yeah, no, seriously, like, they're pretty big with movie hunting. There's definitely a couple of or actually decent good chunk of people in the UK doing videos and movie reviews and stuff like that, which is nice to see, because I love my physical media, so it's always cool. And especially with the UK releases, like, they're sometimes they're different, and I'm just like, damn it, I want that one.
Yeah,
like, that looks
definitely
so cool. It's so much better than ours. And then mostly for them, they're like, oh man, we need that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Like, my friend Alan over at Kermit's Ghost, we're always like, debating on whether or not, like, what, I'll always tell him, like, man, like, your steelbooks are awesome and your cover art is awesome. So he's like, it's okay, yours is better. And I'm like, no, it's not.
I know. I don't know. It was just because we have it and theirs is different. Or you're just like, it's different. I like it.
Yeah. That's why a majority, I'd say about like 90% of the steelbooks I have are from different countries because I just like the artwork a lot more than our U.S. releases. I think they're kind of lazy a lot of times, but like a majority of the steelbooks that I own come from Germany. Germany has like the sickest cover art for their steelbooks.
Oh yeah, Germany. How much do those go for with the shipping?
Actually, not too bad. I do have a guy that I buy mostly from eBay. He's like located in Germany. I've been buying from him for a while, so he gives me pretty good rates on stuff. But I remember when I first bought something from him, I bought like 3 things from him from Germany. I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't too bad. I remember thinking like really that much for shipping? All right, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was gonna cost me like an arm and a leg.
I know, right? All the way from Germany. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. German release. Actually, I got a guy from who sends out fan mail boxing. He's from Germany, and dude hooked me up with like not steelbooks, but like Arnold like VHS box things with Blu-rays inside of them. I'm just like you can only get that from Germany, and I'm just like now in my hands in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So. It's so cool, you know. I'm just like, God damn, that's awesome.
That's what I love about those imports is that I can say that I have this, and it's from and the only way you can get it is in that country, but I have it, and I'm probably the only person around for like miles and miles that has this. So that's pretty awesome.
It is cool.
That's how I feel about the my copy of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I have a copy of that. I only know of one other person in the entire United States that has one, and that's my friend Daniel. And he found his at like some record store, and I had to have mine imported from the UK.
You have one?
Yeah.
All right. I'll after this, I'll send you my address, and I'll just send it. Take your time, okay? I still need to pre-order that thing. I keep saying that, and it's gonna be too late. I just know it. I'm gonna lose out.
Yeah, that's exactly why when I saw it on Amazon, it was being shipped by Amazon for like $30 at the time, and because I have Prime and all this other crap with them, the shipping was only going to be like $10, and it got here super fast, like in maybe 2 to 3 days.
That's the best feeling.
Yeah, so I've had my copy since like last month, I think, and no one else in the US is getting it until about September. So
yeah, that's always the best when you get home and then like you look at your email. Even before going to the mailbox or something, you just check your phone. It's like, your order has arrived. And it's like, yes, let's go. Let's freaking go.
Mine is always scary, though, because my wife is usually home before I am. So she'll be like, oh, you got some mail. And I'm like, what is it? Don't open it. She's like, oh, I opened it already. And I'm like, why? Why do you do this? Or I'll tell her, like, opening another person's mail is federal crime, right? I could have you arrested. She'll be like, we're married. Mine is yours.
So first with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you're like, it's your fault, and now I can have you arrested if you open my stuff. Especially if it's for Christmas or her birthday present or something you want to surprise her with. It's like what? What are you doing?
Or she'll hide stuff from me. Like I'll get the notification on my phone, and it'll say like, oh, it was delivered or whatever, and I'll get home and I'm like, hey, did you get that package? And she's like, what package? I didn't see anything. So she'll hide a lot of stuff from me. Sometimes I just mess with me.
Yeah, like, listen, if you do this one more time, I'm considering divorce, okay? This is not nice. Playing with my emotions like this. God. That's funny, though. That's hilarious.
All right, so another question I wanted to ask. This is one that I ask a lot of people. It's like I have like a few questions that I usually ask a lot of, that I ask the guests just to kind of keep a running theme of it, because I think it's pretty fun. But it has to do with your channel name, but we already know, like, why you named your channel the way it is. I like to get the origins of people's channel names and stuff, but yours is pretty self-explanatory. But to kind of ask the same question, but also differently, when you first started out, did you how many other different names? Did you have any other different names for like the channel that you wanted to name it? And eventually we're like, no, that's not good. No, let's just stick with this.
Yeah, that's Good question, because yeah, obviously, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do movie reviews. That was my thing, based off of that. And
Mhm.
so I was just like, okay, let me look at like synonyms for movies. So I was just like typed it in, Googled it, and a bunch of stuff came up, and I was like jotting all of them down. All right, I forget what they were now, to be honest with you, but I was just looking at movie related terms, keywords, stuff like that, and I was just like, okay, so I had this one, this one, this one, but none of them really took off, and I was like, okay, how do I personalize it? So obviously I just used my last name, and I was like, okay, which one works? Which one works with this one? This one, I'm like, nah, that one's not good. And I'm like, let's try cinema. Durant Cinema. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
I could roll with that. That works. And there we go. It's just stuck, honestly. Like that's how it came to be. I just looked up movie terms, and I liked cinema. Cinema's good. Just took my last name and just fused them together. And honestly, I still like it. Like I think
Mhm.
it's just simple. It works. It's effective. Well, I don't know. It's just it's very personalizing. Like it's my last
Mhm.
name, so and I like how people know me by that as well. Like it's just something very simple, and I don't know, and I stuck with it, and yeah. Honestly, like it's weird how people change it. Like I get like some people's situations how they change, but I always remember them by the original name and like
Oh,
how they
okay.
started their YouTube channel. Like because there'll be people who change up their names, who switch it up a little bit, but yeah, I will always go by Durant Cinema for here on out. I never once thought about like maybe I might improvise or might
Mhm.
touch it up or I might spice it up here and there. No, I was just like, yeah, this works. Even when I went to steelbook hunting, I never was like, do I do steelbook cinema or Durant steelbooks hunter, a steelbook hunter? Like I'm just like, no, Durant Cinema still with the cinema still works. Never once thought changing it. So oh, there you go. That's I try to make it as like crazy as I possibly could with this story, but that was pretty much it. That's
All
how it
right.
came to be. Nothing too
That's
exciting. I tried. I tried
That's
here.
right. Yeah, because the best one so far has got to be PlatX2. Like the origin of his channel name is honestly awesome. I think it's like the best one I've heard so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn
For
it!
those that want to know, you have to watch the live stream. But if you're still here, thank you very much, and we'll let you know really quick that PlatX2 is actually his like original like Hotmail name, like when he was coming up with like an email. And he was wearing two plaid shirts. So he's like, oh, plaid X2. And he just kept that. And I just thought that was like the funniest thing ever. He's like, there's no deep meaning. I was just wearing two plaid shirts at the time. Very, very terrible, like, fashion choice.
Well, there you go.
Mhm.
That is interesting. No, I do like that. I like that question. I like to see where people's mindsets were to have their channel name, like that be the name, like for your brand, for your channel, like going forward, like people mention you by this. So it's definitely interesting for sure to
Mhm.
hear some stories. But yeah, nothing too crazy on my end.
Yeah, because, yeah, so no any kind of like weird names back in the day that you thought about?
No,
Like, oh, let
no.
me see.
No, that was the first one I pretty much just ran with, and like I said, I had a list of cinema related terms, and I was just
Mhm.
looking at all of them. I was like, Durant Cinema. So, and there it is. There, that happened to be right there. So, actually,
Mhm.
it's funny because I forgot I even did YouTube because it was all started. I did a website, a movie review website, because I was like, I
Mhm.
can't get into YouTube right now. Like, I don't want to put my face on the screen. Like, I can't do that. Like, no way. So I was just like, let me do a website. Let me see how that. Of course, nobody ever checked out my reviews. Nobody ever went on it. Because like I'll post on Facebook with like personalized people, and they're like, "Oh, how was that movie?" I'm like, well, check out the link. You know, see how you liked it. And plus, I'm terrible at like English, like grammar, so it was not good at all. So I stuck with that for, I don't know, maybe like a couple months, until the point I was just like, okay, I'm ready to put myself on YouTube. And I think my first ever review was the it never made it onto YouTube. It was the Rock movie where it looked like he was like Hercules, but I forget the title of the goddamn movie, where he's fighting all these creatures, and I forget the name. But I was doing a review for that. Of course, I was like, I can't post it. I'm like, nope, it's not good enough. so I came up with a trailer and just did random movie reviews. But I will tell you, it is the weirdest freaking thing. I'm so glad, like, I'm where I am now with my comfortability with the camera and just able to hold it out in the stores. Because like back then, like you were saying, it's awkward. It's embarrassing. It's weird. Like, it's just, you're looking out for everyone. You're like, oh my God, did he see me? It's just awkward. But I'm telling you, I'm sure it makes good stories for those spectators who see you filming, talking to movies and talking to yourself. But yeah, it was difficult to hit that record button and speak without messing up, without screwing up. It was scary. It was really scary, but but now I've definitely gotten comfortable with it for sure.
Yeah, I'm also just like I remember looking before I decided to delete like all of my old videos. I kind of went back and started looking through them, and I'm just sitting there looking at like, I look so awkward.
Yeah.
And I'm just like sitting there, just like, there are so many times I'm just standing there and there's like awkward silences because I couldn't edit my videos at the time because I didn't have any kind of like software. So I'm like trying so hard not to mess something up, and it sucks so bad. Like I said, I couldn't watch them anymore, so I'm like, I'm just going to delete all of these.
It's funny. I still like watching some of my videos back in the day because it's just so cringeworthy. But yeah, it's just fun though, because I'm like, man, like there's me not knowing what to do, what to say. Like, I was just so out of it. Like, you know, you're out of your comfort zone. Because now, after time and time, you develop a rhythm. You know what you're doing. So, yeah, it's fun. I don't know. It's just like, oh, what are you doing, Dave? God damn it.
Yeah, I thought about like doing a reaction video to all of my old videos and just kind of like commenting on everything that I hate. Like, oh, what am I doing? Like, oh God. Like, just like pure, like, just like a try not to cringe challenge from all my old videos.
Oh man, it's so funny because, like I said earlier, you think you're onto something, you think you're doing something great back in that time, and then you just look back, you're like, nope, that was garbage.
And I also had I changed the name also to the one that I have now. It's not the same one I used to have back in the day. Because I'm not good at making names up. If I'm gonna make up a name, it's gonna be something I have to stop myself from making up names because it's just gonna be something ridiculous and dumb. So like originally my name was just like my actual name, just like Justin Fox. So, and that's what everyone kind of knew my videos from, because I couldn't think of a name. Like, everything sounded just really made up and kind of weird. Like, I don't know, I can't even remember what I wanted to go with, but I was like, let's just go with my name. It's whatever. But then after a while, I was like, I don't really want my actual name out there, because what if once I started to think like, I want to do and give my own opinion. Even now, I mean, I'm very opinionated, which is probably why I don't have a huge following, because I just have very different opinions than everyone else. And the people that do watch my videos probably have the same like weird opinions as me. That's why they like, because I could easily make videos that everyone's gonna love. I've done it before and I hated them. I can easily do that, but that would mean I would not be true to myself, and I would also be giving opinions that I don't truly believe. So So that's why I didn't want my actual name out there, because people are gonna like find me online and be like giving me all kinds of like hate comments for something I said. So I was like, I need to like make up a name, so so that way the focus is more on my content and not me personally.
I totally understand.
And people can see that as, in a way, like my persona on my channel is just that. It's really a persona. Like everything I say in my videos, you shouldn't take seriously. Like I said in my Criterion video, that made some people upset, but that was the point. That was the intention. And I also had to write in the description, like, everything I'm saying in this video is just for entertainment. Like, don't take it too serious. But people did.
Of course.
And I've done that before. And one of my videos about it's probably one of my favorites I've done, and I always say this. It's one of my favorites because it's intentionally misleading, and it's intentionally like I'm trying to be kind of an asshole on purpose. And it's my video I did on directors you're not allowed to hate, where I talk about Tarantino and I make fun of Tarantino fans. I make fun of Christopher Nolan fans. I make fun of Zack Snyder fans. And I make fun of people who think that, 2001 A Space Odyssey is like the greatest film ever made. And I did that intentionally, but I did it in a way where it's like funny, so people can laugh about it. But there were some people that got really mad about that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Tarantino's the greatest director of all time. And then they just got really mad about it. And I love that, because that was the point.
That's why I did the video. Because of you.
Yeah, so like I love that it's very divisive video, because the people that understood that it was satire, they understood it and they thought it was hilarious. And then there are those people who thought I was being serious about, saying that Tarantino fans are extremely pretentious and that Christopher Nolan isn't that good and stuff like that. So that's why I love that video so much.
Just like you were saying, just messing with people's minds and freaking them out. You're triggering them.
Yeah, that's why that's the best part of YouTube, that I think is I can give my honest opinion about things, but also do it in a way where it's comedic. So it really is a persona in a way. Like I'm pretty much the same in my real life, but I just kind of ramp it up to 10 on my YouTube channel.
Like I always say this all the time to people. I'm like, listen, like everyone is human. Like they're quiet, they relax, angry, upset, happy. But once you get the camera on you, like you can point it at anyone, and they, the energy bumps up a little bit. Like, something happens, and like that's what you got to do. It's a YouTube channel. You got to entertain. You got to entertain the crowd. I'm like, listen, I'm not like this like 100%. Like I sit in my chair in my underwear and just lay back and just like I'm just quiet. I'm not like crazy or whatnot. But like when you got the camera, like you feel that energy. You pump it up. But other times I'm like lately, I'm like, okay, I gotta like tone it down a little bit. But exactly, it's a show. You gotta perform, but also be you, like mixed in, but also entertain. It's like it's crazy. It's like it's a weird mixed ball. But even before going back with like your opinion, that's the thing where I didn't like doing movie reviews, because whenever there was like a Marvel movie back in the day, like it had to be like a 10 out of 10. I mean, like obviously I'd watch it and be like, not a 10 out of 10. But of course I would put it at like an 8.5. And when I thought it was like okay, like garbage, like and like, but of course got a reputation, like I don't want to upset people. So I'd be like, yeah, it was good, like it was good, this, but I also didn't like this, so I'll give it 8.5, and it's just like I didn't like that, because it's like I don't like really giving my opinions on movies in general, even in my Blu-ray hunts, because I know people will be upset if I don't like something, but I will have fun with it, like you said. Like if I don't like this, I'll throw it, or we're not like crazy, but like I'll be like, or like that.
Yeah.
But most of the part, I just go and pick up a movie I like, and like it just sticks with a good positive. But like I said, if you're going in a different direction and you want to trigger some people, like you said, make it entertaining, make it fun. Like that's the best way to do it. Or otherwise, you're just getting thumbs down right to the max.
Yeah. there's a fine line you have to walk when you do those kinds of videos. Yeah.
Exactly. And then
that's why
I
I stay away from, like, on the live streams we have talked about like Marvel films and all that, but for the most part I tend to just like stay far away from that, because in all honesty a lot of Marvel fans are very sensitive. You know, they want you to think that every movie that they put out is like the greatest thing ever made, when I myself am a Marvel fan, but I will admit that some of them are straight trash and people don't like that. I remember when I first started doing my videos and stuff, I would talk about how I just didn't really care for certain Marvel films, and there was so many people that would like dislike my video or just like comment like, "Oh, you must be a DC fan, or you must be this," and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Just because I don't like Marvel doesn't mean I'm a huge DC fanboy or anything.
Oh my god!
It's like I like Marvel. I'm just not, you know, I'm not blinded by, you know, my love for them. I can admit when they're not good.
It's just good. Exactly. And it's like, I don't know. It's even for me, like, I did not grow up as a major superhero person. I did not grow up as a Star Wars person or Star Trek or even Lord of the Rings. Like, sure, I liked Lord of the Rings, but I'm not like a crazy, you know, I'm not like obsessed guy, or like you were saying, directors, Quentin Tarantino. Like, I've probably seen like 2 of his movies, and I thought like some were okay, and just Christopher Nolan, some here I like, some as I don't. Like, I grew up differently. I grew up with this guy, you know, just Arnold, action movies, and I just, honestly, for me, I love just 90-minute movies. I like straight to the point. I like how it's more rewatchable for me. It's just, it gets to the point. It's fun. I don't know. I'm not saying I can't watch 3 hours of a movie. I'm just saying it's more rewatchable in my book. Like, if it's 90 minutes, it's short, or maybe in 2 hours, I can throw it on. I have no problem. It's entertaining. But, you know, other movies I can watch. It's fine. But the chances are rewatchability go very low if it expands more than that. That's just how my mind works. That's how I favor things. So everyone is different. Everyone thinks like you have to be in the same page. And I understand that, because like if someone says that like Terminator sucks, I'm just like, whoa, like what?
Whoa.
But then I'm just like, then I step back. Obviously, I'll make a joke about it. Be like, dude, what are you talking about? But then I'll be like, no, I'm just kidding. Like, I respect your opinion. You know, that's how I always do it. I'm like, you have opinion. You have the right to it. You can say whatever the hell you want. You're not wrong. So there you go. Say it, you know? And it just drives me crazy, because people will troll you. They'll come after you if you have a wrong opinion about like a certain movie. And I think it's ridiculous. I get it, what they're doing. I get why, because it's like you have a attachment to it and they don't, and you don't understand. But it's just like, at the same point, it shouldn't be a big deal. They can say whatever they want. You know? I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Definitely. I did a whole video talking about that, like why, like, kind of going over why people get so upset when you don't like the same movie that they do, or if somebody says, yeah, I don't like this director or that director, and they're just like, well, I've been called so many times. I've been called like which is why I kind of make fun of like the people who love Criterions, because, and it's all in good fun, because so many times I've been called like that I wasn't like a real film lover because I don't love Tarantino. like where does that come from? Like why? Like, or I'll say like,
that's
so
how it works?
I'll say I'll say like, oh, okay, cool. So if I say I mean, a lot of times too, I'll just agree, and I'll be like, I'll fakely say like, oh yeah, those movies are awesome. I love Tarantino. Really, I just want them to shut up, or I want to get away from this conversation. But I mean, so I don't think, like, me personally, I don't think Tarantino's bad. He's just not my favorite. His films are good, but they just don't have the structure that I like in film to keep me interested. Like, he has no structure. Ask any Tarantino fan what any of his movies are about. They can't tell. What is Pulp Fiction about? No one knows.
Yeah, I've only seen parts of it. That's it.
Like his movies just have it's just that he doesn't have like the traditional structure of what, you know, typical films are. And that's what a lot of people like. Me personally, I also do like that as well sometimes. But for the most part, I mean, I just think he's cool. I don't think he's the greatest.
Yeah, that's totally fine. You know.
But
it's like it's just I feel like it's the way you present it. You know, it's like okay, you know, like hey, this movie wasn't my cup of tea. Like this wasn't good. It didn't do it for me. Like I feel like people respect that more than like, you know, this movie fucking sucked. Like it's dog shit. It's garbage. Like fuck you.
Yeah, that I've had people. I mean, I'm used to that because, in all honesty, like a lot of the films that I like are very obscure. I really like a lot of like very obscure movies that no one's really heard of. So I'm used to people being like, "Oh, that movie, I've never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So most of the time, people don't tell me that my taste in films is trash because they've never seen any of them.
Yeah, like it's funny because even just the other day, my coworker, he loves, or we're talking movies, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I love A24." I'm just like, ooh. Like I couldn't. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but then like, you know, later on, he was like, oh, I'm gonna go see the new A24 movie, and of course I gave him a hard time, but then later on, I'm like, oh, dude, you know, hopefully you have a great weekend and enjoy the movie. Hopefully it's good, you know. So I like balance it out. You know, you just it's how you present it. I feel like
definitely.
You know.
So it's actually been a very good conversation having with you. We've actually gotten through pretty much all of the questions, which is typically what happens once we start getting into conversation. A lot of these questions get answered naturally, which is awesome. So I do want to get through these comments here, just because, like I said, people are taking time to comment. So I want to at least get through them. Yeah, don't think that we don't think that we're not, you know, like checking on the chat or anything. I do see you commenting. It's just the main focus of this live stream series is the conversation between, you know, me and my guest. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them down, and I'll always try to answer them either towards like the middle or the end, you know.
Yeah, thank you guys for sticking around and watching my ugly mug talk.
All right, so we do have to go back a ways. So I have Slayer reviews. So he just talking about his Red Eyes deck. We were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh earlier if you're just joining in.
Yeah.
And he's got a Red Eyes deck, which is still a viable deck for those who do play Yu-Gi-Oh. It is still viable all these years.
Time to duel.
And Caleb Blanc says, I got my tire fixed. Stable understand.
Excellent. Glad to hear that.
It's always good to have good tires.
He legit had a flat tire on our Zoom call.
Oh, no.
Yeah, crazy.
So we have Mr. Nichols swap meet video going up now. No promo.
That sounds like a promo to me, Mr. Nichols. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I do that a lot too on the live streams of my buddies. I just kind of go in and be like, "Oh, shameless plug! Got a new video coming out." All right, so yeah, Mr. Your swap meets in Arizona were lame. Haha. When he went, I'm still shading him because we were supposed to meet up and go to my honey holes and look for movies, and he never hit me up. Mr. Nichols, shame on you.
Mr. Nichols.
Come
on, man.
But he did get his karma because the Goodwills he went to, he got like nothing from them.
Nothing?
Nothing, so.
He would have had stuff.
Yeah, he would have had stuff if he would have went with me. So
exactly.
It's all good. I love you, man. He's a good guy. That's what I love about him. We can just troll each other all the time. It's all in good fun.
That's the best.
Mr. Nichols' wet movie wants to swap me with you today, complaining about the games you find first. Yeah, if you didn't see Mr. Nichols' last swap, they went to yard sales with Web Movie. Yeah, the yard sale. Went with Web Movie 1, and Web Movie 1 got a little mad. Yeah, the game. It's going to be GameCube Gate.
The GameCube Gate.
That's what we're going to be talking about. So yeah, I agree with Dave. And the Goodwill run is awful. Got a few savers around, but they're not too great.
Tony will know.
Mm-hmm. Terrible. I think there used to be one Savers, like across the street from a Walmart. It's gone though. I think I'd only gone there like one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for the love of movies, hope you're keeping well. Gotta love a good Blu-ray hunting video. Yes.
There you go. Exactly.
And for those of you who are not subscribed to For the Love of Movies, go ahead and do so. Very great guy. I also like to shout out people. A lot of fellow YouTubers on here. Whenever you come in, I greatly appreciate it. So I always want to try to send some people your way. Did you go to the Dollar Tree and pick up any Dollar Tree DVDs this month?
No.
My
people,
Dollar
like,
Trees suck.
oh, like, I don't know. People do those videos and they actually do get views, but I can never pull myself to do them. Because every time I watch them, and I'm just like, they're picking up the most bizarre titles I've ever seen in my life. I'm just like, why? I don't understand. But hey,
But they do have a lot of those like really weird, obscure, like giant shark, giant monster movies. I think you love.
True. That's true.
You'll probably find
Damn
something
it! I'm
good
going
there.
right now. On my way.
Find some like really obscure like shark movie from Germany or something. Alright. Hey guys, did you guys see the new Chucky doll from Trick or Treat Studios? No, I did not.
I have not. I'm intrigued now.
Interesting. Would have to super check you. Sorry. Like I said before, when we get into conversation, the chat gets a little. It does take a sideline, but you know, I also, like I said, I appreciate it, but I also don't want to turn into one of those live streams where they're literally just relying on the chat, and you know, it's just us two reading comment after comment, and I don't get to ask you any questions. I said it in yesterday's live stream where this one YouTuber that I know, she literally, her chat just overwhelms her so much that she literally just lays down on the ground or on her bed and just reads comments and doesn't even cover the topic of the live stream. I'm like, geez.
You're like, I don't want that to be me.
Yeah. As much as I love you guys, you know, the live stream purpose is for us to, you know, for me to get to know my guests a lot better.
Yeah.
And to ask them,
interview.
You know, yeah, more interview style, exactly. Which is what I think makes my live streams better than a lot of other people's. Just gonna say that. I'm a very humble guy. But when it comes to the live streams, I'm gonna say it. I think I got the best live streams on here.
There you go. About that Jory Paul.
Hey guys, what's up? Any toilet breaks planned, Dave?
No, not yet. So far I'm doing good. I think I pissed before this, so
yeah,
I'm holding strong.
That's one thing I gotta tell my guests nowadays too. Like, did you go to the bathroom beforehand? How much liquid had you had?
Well, because like I did for his stream, and while like I had to go, normally I would just be like, "Oh, excuse me, guys," but I brought them with me as I took a piss. So like nothing was shown. I swear, nothing was shown. It was innocent. But yeah, afterwards I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Oh man, that's funny. I'll have to watch that. It says, "Hey Paul, how's it going?" They did have a bit of a conversation amongst each other.
Okay, there we go.
All good.
Arby's.
I still need that.
Oh, Arnie lenticular. I was like, Arby's lenticular.
Arby's.
Like, what is
we
that?
Keep pumping each other.
Oh, look at that. All these guys coming in the chat, chit-chatting on themselves. That's good. Uh-oh.
That's how we make friends. So, why don't you send him one?
Oh, man, a lot of peer pressure going on here with the Terminator lenticular going on. Yeah, send him one, Tony. Come on. Do it. Do it now.
Do it now. Thanks, Tony.
Oh, man. Yeah, I like the name Tony, Santa Tony, or I believe that's what I call him. Nicest guy. Legit will send people stuff. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got to subscribe.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate that.
There we go. That's nice. Very nice.
I just started getting comfortable.
There you go, Mr. Nichols. It's definitely a game changer. Like, I still get nervous from time to time. Like, it depends on the situation, but just got to whip out the camera, of course.
Just whip it out.
Unless you're really comfortable.
Oh, we got 4K Media Guy. What's up, man?
Hey, 4K Media Guy. What's up? You actually be featured in a upcoming video. So.
Very nice. All right. So I see myself watching more older movies more than releases day. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I like. There was like this meme where it's like older movies now, or like movie that I've seen like 50 times, and the guy kicking down that door.
Oh, there it is. 4K Media Guy, what's up? Here's the reviews and Tony.
Right.
Durant, are you excited for that new NECA of Halloween 2 with Dr. Loomis and Michael?
Oh, yeah. If I ever see that or come across it, I'm definitely gonna pick that up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I love my NECA figures. Like I like the cloth ones. Not so much like the regular. I don't know, like the plastic. I don't know. It depends. Not like the box ones where you fold out. I don't know, the ones with the actual like fabric on the characters. So I think that's them. But yeah, for sure. Definitely using my collection.
Yeah, I've been seeing whenever I go to Target for anything really, I've been starting to see they're getting really big on their figures. Before they had maybe one or two, but now there's like an entire section. And I'm like tempted. I'm so tempted to start collecting these figures, but that's another rabbit hole I don't want to go down. I mean, I've got a few sitting up here in my top shelf in my dining room. I have some sports ones. I have, who do I have up there? I have like a bobblehead. It's like a collector bobblehead with a sports card in it. Never been opened. I thought about opening it, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna open it. And I also have some vinyl figures that I bought at Goodwill for like $5 a piece. They run for like $100 on eBay. They're these vinyl figures from Where the Wild Things Are. They're like super detailed. They're actually kind of scary to look at.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
They're like, holy crap, that is so realistic.
Yeah, and they were still in the box and everything. And I'm like, whoa, like $5 for both? Like it's $5 a piece? I was like, damn, like I'm grabbing these. And I just wanted them just to have them. But then out of curiosity, I was like, I wonder how much these are worth. Like how much they would be if I could actually find the other ones. Looked them up on eBay. They're all going for like $100. I'm like, damn. Well, I guess I'm not gonna get the other ones in the set.
Yeah. Hey, you got a good deal for that though. $5. Yeah. So going for $100 online.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent.
Yeah. For my favorite guilty pleasure film.
Oh.
I don't think I have one. I have no shame in stuff that I like.
It's true. But I figure like people just have to be like, what, you like that? I'm like, oh, it's a guilty pleasure. And they're okay with that. Like if you say that, people are like, okay. For me, I think I did a video a long time ago. I remember Jurassic Park 3 was on there, Wild Hogs, and Alien vs Predator 2, or in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my guilty pleasures.
I really like Howard the Duck. Everyone hates it. I really like Howard the Duck. We had talked about this yesterday on the live stream where we were talking about Paul Blart Mall Cop.
I kind
of enjoy the first one.
It's a good
I like the first
Black
one.
Friday movie. I love watching it during around Thanksgiving and right like in between like Black Friday, like right there. It's a great holiday movie. It's fun. It's a good one.
Because I had mentioned that I really like the stunts in that movie. A lot of those stunts were done practically because a lot of those dudes that were playing the bad guys are like legit like X Games guys. Yep. So like I really liked that. I was like, whoa, these guys are really jumping off these staircases doing stuff. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that one.
Other than that, not too many.
Well, there you go. Howard the Duck and
Paul Blart.
I like that. That's a good choice.
Pretty much any Adam Sandler movie, then pretty much guilty pleasure. A lot of Adam Sandler.
Yeah. I liked his older stuff, like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Waterboy. Like I forgive him for any of his other movies because I don't care. Because he's produced 3 of like my top 5 favorite comedies of all time. So I'm like, I don't care. He can keep making whatever he wants. He's an icon for just making those movies. I don't care. Like they're so good.
What do you think of Little Nicky?
I'm not a fan. I just that voice and everything. Just whenever he does like a character with a certain voice, I can't. Besides Waterboy, like I can't do it. Yeah.
My wife hates Little Nicky. I enjoy it because of how stupid it is, and I understand. I guess that would be like my favorite guilty pleasure. I guess. Like that would define that because I know it's a terrible movie. I just find it funny because it's so terrible.
I have to rewatch it. It's been a long time, so who knows? My opinion might change.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but I'll have to definitely check it out again.
So have Mr. Nichols. I did hit you up while you were at work.
Oh,
Yes, that's true. I was at work.
whoa,
But I did get
whoa.
out of work. I did get out of work, and I
What?
told
Oh,
them to
wait,
hit me up
what?
when I got out of work.
This is like going back and forth. Like, oh, how come you didn't meet me? Oh, you were at work, and now you're like, no, I got out of work. So it's on the ball's in your court now, Mr. Nichols.
Yeah, because I was like, well, I did get out of work at like 4, so I did have, time. But he was also there on Sunday, and I didn't work Sunday. So he also didn't hit me up on Sunday.
Oh, two things. Oh my
Yeah.
God. All right, let's see.
And he went to the swap meet near me. Literally, the swap meet he went to was like 10 minutes away from my house. He could have easily said, "Hey, I'm at the swap meet." And I could have went and like met him.
Oh, Mr. Nichols has left the chat.
Fucking my last show will always be fine. Yes,
Oh,
yes. When
man,
I'm on,
no.
when I'm on, because I bring the controversy.
A lot of back and forth going on here. I'm just glad I'm the spectator.
Oh, we got Slayer reviews. Just sub. Not supposed to say anything to support.
All right, another sub right there.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Slayer's a great guy.
You'll watch my videos and be like, "Oh God, what did I do? What have I done?
What
I can't
have
back
I
out
done
now."
with my life?
That's what I think a lot of the times when I'll see like my subs go up and then they go down and they go up and they go down. And I'm like, people are probably just watching my videos thinking like, oh, it's pretty cool. Or somebody recommends my videos and they'll go watch them and they're just like, ugh.
And then they actually watch and they're like, what happened? What happened here?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Will you ever get Freddy versus Jason or Freddy for NECA?
Ooh. Not the regular ones. Like I said, if like I love the actual fabric on the figures. Like those are my go-to ones. I did get the part 2 Jason one because that's my favorite Jason. So I had to get that one plus with the Michael Myers, but I kind of stopped with those regular ones. And like I said, I just want the nice, like good fabric. Like those are my favorite go-tos for NECA.
Mr. Nichols, touche. I win. No, we'll eventually meet up. I'm pretty sure he's been in Arizona constant times. I've been in California a few times. So but when I do, hopefully in the future, I will be able to get to like California because I do know a lot of people out there, a lot of awesome YouTubers too that I would also like to meet up with and just hang out and have a good time. In New Mexico as well. There's a few YouTubers I know from New Mexico, and I have been to New Mexico a few times. So when I get out there, definitely for sure, I will be hitting you guys up.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's all the comments so far. Really good. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for sticking around, watching two guys just jabber on about stuff.
Hopefully you found it fun and entertaining as I did. So thank you guys so very much for coming over and watching. And getting a couple of subs too. So there we go.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I'll thank you for that.
Hey, anytime. Try to spread the love. Spread that loving, baby. That's what we do. Oh man.
Oh, is it okay? Oh no! Look what I started.
Uh-oh.
Like, I'm in Cali,
now they're fighting each other. I just love it. I was just battled with you between the two, and I was just like, wait, hold on.
It's like, wait, he never hit me up either. Now they're like right next door.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
So just stay away from my swap meet. I'm gonna fight. Funny enough, he's never told anybody where this swap meet is. I don't remember he's ever said where this swap meet is. So that's why he was trying to keep everyone away from his.
Sounds like Shrek. Stay off my swamp.
Stay off my swamp.
Stay off my swamp.
Thanks.
Oh, it's at the alarm. Hopefully I said that right, alarm.
All right, thanks. Patrick, have you seen Wrath of
seen.
Man? No.
No, it's been recommended, and I meant to check it out, or at least pick it up last Tuesday, and I completely forgot. No, I'm just kidding.
I completely forgot.
Well, if it had a steelbook, it would have been an automatic, okay? Systematic. It's grease lightning.
I'm sure the UK probably got a steelbook of that.
Probably. No, I did hear pretty good things about it, but like I said, one man's treasure is another man's trash. So no, it could
Yeah.
be good. It could be good. So
I actually have like a list of like everything I need to catch up on. I've been really bad with keeping up with like movies to watch. I've been stuck. Like I said, I've been working a lot. Been trying to run this live stream, trying to get people to get on here, trying to get schedules done, trying to get all these questions written down. And now to make matters worse, I started watching Stranger Things.
it's over.
So I'm just like, geez, because I actually found the first 2 seasons at a Goodwill for like I paid like $4 for both of them. So I just started watching them. I was actually gonna sell them to that record store and get some money, but I was just like, I've been putting this off for a long time. I tend to not watch TV shows and movies that are super hyped. So once I start hearing it, I'm like, all right, I don't care. I don't want to hear it anymore. So Stranger Things is one of those. And I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. I'll give the first couple episodes a shot, and if I don't like it, I can always sell them. But so far, I'm really enjoying it.
Okay. I've only seen season 3, weirdly enough, because I was sitting there and my sister was just binge watching them all, and I was like literally on the couch, and I'm just like, well, looks like I'm watching them. So I just watched all season 3, and that was it. That's the only ones I've seen for the show.
I love this comment. Shrek is love.
Shrek is indeed love, and Shrek is life.
I do want to add that clip. I've always wanted to use that clip.
No, you will be banned.
Yeah. It's like,
you will be banned. It's so crazy how that video just like got passed around. I was like, I gotta watch that again because for the Shrek 4K Steelbook hunt, I'm like, just let me check this out again. And it was like, of course, hey, are you 18 or older?
Yeah.
Continue clicking. And I was just like, holy crap. Yeah, this thing is, it's funny because they use the Left 4 Dead characters or the Left 4 Dead 2 video game characters for that. That was interesting, for sure.
4K Media asks, do you guys go to conventions?
No.
If we got any conventions in Arizona, I would, but conventions and like stuff like that, hate Arizona. The only conventions I've ever been to are tattoo conventions. I'm really big into the whole like tattoo culture. I'm like pretty much covered. Nice. I'm pretty much covered from head to toe, and except like my neck and stuff. So like tattoo conventions are my thing. Anytime they come around, I think I know more like celebrities on a personal level in the tattoo world than I do in like any other type of celebrities, which is pretty cool. Like I've got work done from pretty big name artists and people who are known like around the world who I'm personal friends with and stuff. So that's really cool.
Oh, that is cool. Because I don't have any tattoos, and I always thought about getting one. Like there's so many questions though. Like, what do I get? Where do I put it? Because I'm a guy that like I just need it to flow. I can't just put a tattoo like just here, or like how much will it be? Is it gonna hurt? So I don't know.
It will hurt.
I would love a sleeve though. I would love entire sleeve. Like that would be amazing, just like all around here. But I don't know if I can. Obviously the first one would just be Arnold's face. Like I think about it. Yes, like Arnold's like something. Like that would be my first tattoo. Like honestly, I think about it. I think about these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but as far as conventions, the last convention I went to was in Salt Lake City, Utah. This was like 3 years ago or something like that. But the person I went to go see, this is a sad story. We actually went before I got married. This was like a kind of like a pre-vacation before I got married. So it was the first time I'd ever been on a plane. We went to Salt Lake City. Being on a plane is awesome. I used to have a fear of planes, but actually I love it now. I want to get on a plane again. I thought it was like the funnest thing. I don't like takeoff. The takeoff is just like, whoa, are we supposed to be going this fast? But anything after that, I'm fine with. But we actually went to the Salt Lake City convention because Jason Momoa and Ben Affleck were going to be there. And I wanted to go for Ben Affleck. I wanted him to sign. I had just got the Justice League Steelbook. So I wanted him and Jason Momoa to sign the Steelbook. Was excited, got everything, booked the tickets, got the flight, got the hotel. The day before we were going to leave, Ben Affleck gets checked into rehab. And so he had to like he couldn't make it to the convention, so I was
You're
like,
like,
so
well,
bummed
where's
out. I was
his
like,
rehab?
no. Yeah, because I was like,
where's he
man,
going?
and like the tickets are non-refundable. We already booked the flight. We already had the hotel,
geez.
so we're like, well, let's just go. So we went, and we still had a really good time. I mean,
That's good.
and still had a really good time, but I was really bummed out that we didn't get to meet Ben Affleck.
Damn. I kind of there was a Boston convention going on, and there was like I was checking all the names and everything, and they had Jake Gyllenhaal on there. It was like, I don't know, like $200 or something like that. Like you could get an autograph or a photo, and I thought about doing it, but I didn't. And this was literally right when like COVID was happening, and so of course when it did happen, people were like, oh yeah, no conventions and stuff like that. But like I did think about it though, but I just know like there's a couple of horror conventions that are around, like in like New Jersey or whatnot, that my sister has gone to, but I never happened to go. But maybe one of these days I would like to do one. So.
Yeah, I think there was supposed to be like a sort of Comic-Con one here, like about an hour and a half drive from where I'm at. I do remember Tom Holland was supposed to be here, but I think that was like right before COVID, so I think they canceled that. Because I remember seeing like Tom Holland and stuff, and I was like, oh, that'd be pretty cool to meet the guy. I'm pretty sure I'm taller than him. That'd be pretty cool. He just seems so frail. I don't know. My name is actually pronounced like the name Darren. Thanks, David. Appreciate you. Oh, okay.
Darren.
So,
Really?
Laren.
Okay. Oh, yeah, duh. Laren. Yeah. I'm the worst when it comes to pronouncing people's names. Like the worst.
Yeah, I mean, being from Boston, it must be extra hard.
Yeah. Like it's funny because my Boston accent, it's up and down. Like I'll have like a regular voice, and then the accent will kick in at times. But it's funny because I remember talking to someone out of state, and like, oh, I love your accent. And I was just like, what are you talking about? Yeah, what accent? What accent? I'm like, I don't have one. She's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, I don't.
I used to work with a guy who was an older guy. He was born and raised in Brooklyn, and his Brooklyn accent. As soon as I met him, the first time he I was kind of his like superior and stuff. So he worked under me, and the first time I met him, I was like, "You're from Brooklyn, aren't you?" And he's like, "How'd you know?" I was like, "I don't know. There's just something." Like his accent was just so thick. I was like, "Say car park." It's like car park. Say coffee. It's like coffee. Forgive me. Dave said to check out the Shrek is Love video in one of his videos, and I did.
I did not do that, Tony. I did not. That's not true. I don't know what you're talking about.
Amy okay, I'm Shrek guilty. Is life.
Look at this. We mentioned Shrek once, and
wash those eyes out, bro. Says, I hope to meet Keanu Reeves one day. I'm excited for John Wick 4 and Matrix 4.
Oh my... No. Okay? I'm excited to meet Keanu Reeves one day. That's what's going to happen. No, I'm just kidding.
If you had to choose... I mean, I already know what you're going to say, but if you had to choose between, like, only being able to meet Arnold or Keanu, you'd choose Arnold, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's funny because my sister actually met Arnold. She went to one of his signings and got a photo and everything, but she paid like $1,200. Like she had to fly to like Texas or something like that. But that's pretty cool. But yeah, that would be awesome if I could get a photo with Arnold. But if you ask me between Megan Fox or Keanu Reeves, that might be a little more difficult. Probably Megan Fox, then Keanu Reeves. I feel like that's my order right there. For photos. That would be amazing. Have all three together in one photo. God damn.
I don't think I don't have any. I mean, besides like I said, people from the tattoo world and stuff, which I honestly find a lot more interesting than like actual celebrities, because I'm not a huge fan of actual celebrities in a way. It's weird that some people are like obsessive with actors and actresses. I'm personally not. I just see them as like regular people, because I have met a few that I used to work like security with my uncle. So he did a lot of these really big events, and a lot of these big events usually has like some sort of celebrity in there. I remember one year we did the Super Bowl. There was like a big Super Bowl party here, and a lot of like NFL players were there. A lot of like rappers and musicians and actors that I got to meet. But I didn't get a picture with them just because I thought it felt really weird. Because like here they are just having a normal conversation with us, and I don't want to be that guy to be like, oh hey, by the way, can I get a picture with you just so I can show my friends? It was just really weird. Like I met Terry Crews, super cool guy. I actually thought he was going to be way taller than he is. He's not that much taller than me. But it was funny because I kind of like, like I thought he was going to be like way taller than me, but he's actually not that much taller than me. So I was like, that's kind of cool. But it's funny because I kind of snuck into the conversation because it was Terry Crews. Who else was it? I can't remember who it was. I know Snoop Dogg was there. It was Terry Crews, Snoop Dogg, and some other guy who I cannot remember. They were having a conversation, and I was, just hanging around and stuff, just like I was supposed to be like.
Anyway, eavesdropping.
Secure, yeah, I kind of was, and then I kind of just like snuck myself into the conversation, and then it was pretty funny. Wow. But they didn't seem to mind. I kind of just like acted real casual, kind of like the whole like in movies when they're just like ha 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 ha. You kind of just walk into the conversation.
Yeah.
But they were really cool and stuff, and then
just the usual, just walking in a conversation between Terry Crews and Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
Just every day, typical Friday.
Typical Friday.
Sunday.
Yeah. So that was like probably one of my like favorite interactions with any kind of like celebrities. They didn't, they weren't like, who are you, kid, get the hell out of here. They were just like, oh hey, how's it going, what's up? I'm like, oh, just working. And he's like, oh, you enjoying yourself? I'm like, yeah, it's all right, and then had a cool conversation.
That's cool. That's awesome, because you hear other stories where like people, like celebrities, can be dicks, like and, like how terrible would that be? Just like, you're excited, ready to go, like get an autograph, and it's just like this dude just turns out to be a dick, and it actually probably affects your way of watching that movie, or you're just like, this guy sucks, like I hate him now, and it's like I don't like this movie no more, and it just ruins everything. So but like
that's what I'm afraid of. That's one of the reasons why I've kind of steered away from trying to meet some of my favorite celebrities, because I'm so afraid of that. Like, what if I meet them and it's just like a really cold response, or I don't know.
Exactly. Like I do say this though. Like if Arnold, if I met him, he was just like, "What the hell is this? What are you doing? You're a fucking idiot! Get out of here!" And I was just like, "Oh my god, Arnold just called me a fucking idiot! Like this is great.
This is great.
This is amazing." Best
Definitely. Best day of my life. You ever been called a fucking idiot by Arnold Schwarzenegger? I have.
Exactly. Yeah, I have.
Greatest day of my life.
The greatest day. That's funny.
What do you say? Right, so seriously, no one pronounces my name right. Don't worry about it.
Damn it! Well, I'm sorry. Okay, I wanted to be that one person.
No one ever pronounced. Well, I remember as a kid. Laren. Knowing Dave, he will get Arnold to sign every steelbook he owns.
Yeah, just Bob. Like, all right, hold on, Arnold. Can you just sign one more? Like, oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, no problem. I can do that. Yeah, right there, right here. Okay. And I'm like, okay, here's another one. Just one more. Here you go. Like, what the fuck? I already signed this for you. Look at it. I already signed it right here.
He'll probably just end up like squiggling a little line, like, all right, there you go. Fuck off, kid.
Like, security, get this guy out of here. This idiot.
Did you watch the Midnight Shutter Grass movie with Megan Fox?
No, I have not watched that yet. Honestly, I'm just glad I have it in my collection. And just the cover artwork. But one of these days, I will get to it.
Is that the one with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, it's got Bruce Willis on there on the front, and it got Megan Fox on the side. But I will get to it. It's not high on the watch list right now, but it will do. It will though. I'll get to it. Like I said, just the cover artwork alone it's good enough in my collection. But I will watch the movie though.
Do you have what is that one? Rogue? Do you have Rogue?
I do. I have Rogue.
Okay.
It was good. It was good.
Not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed it. Apart from the really crappy CGI.
Oh my god!
I thought it was pretty good.
It was one of the worst CGIs out there, like for today's standards. It's like PS2, but I kind of still was like, whatever, we're rolling with it, and I did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I was not prepared for that. I was like, wow, all right. They got into the story. There's a lot of action, and yeah, I had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Aside from like that one, Cruella. I don't know if you've seen Cruella.
Yeah.
That one has a really bad CGI. It had some really bad CGI towards the end. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but it involves a parachute. I laughed so hard. I was like, whoa, they really I laughed because I was just like, I wasn't expecting it. And I was like, that looked terrible. Who thought this looked good? So I couldn't help myself. And I just started laughing. I've never laughed so hard from bad CGI. And it's been a while. So I was just laughing. It was great.
Oh man, there was this movie, like it kind of reminded me of something like that with it's not like a big blockbuster movie, but it had Arnold and Jackie Chan. It was a Iron Mask thing movie. And I popped it in. Oh my god, the CGI was horrendous. Like there was like this blue monkey flying creature, and it was just like, oh my god. Like clearly they spent all the money on Jackie Chan and Arnold for this movie. Not on the CGI. None on the CGI whatsoever. So, God.
We got 4K Media saying I enjoyed it.
Okay, I did hear good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tony was telling me it was good.
There are a lot of I actually have a few movies in my collection too that I got just like from like straight to DVD type stuff where I'm just like, you know what, let me give this a chance, and I really ended up enjoying them. I really love what they're doing in like Indonesia and Korea with their like weird superhero type movies. They're actually made very well, but they just have like no release and they just go like straight to Blu-ray here. But I think they're done like really well. The budget isn't great, but what they have, like it's done pretty damn great.
I know. Sometimes you'll find those like hidden gems where you just like we're not expecting it whatsoever. Like you're just like, yeah, let's try it. That's the scary part about like watching new movies. It's like, am I gonna be wasting my time right now, or am I gonna actually enjoy this? Like, will it be like a good movie? Like you're searching through movies, and like sometimes you just want to watch just like a fun movie, and then like at the end of the day, you're like, oh fuck, like, ew, not feeling that. But other times you walk out, you're like, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Whoops. Bruce isn't in the movie much, but Dave, you can. Oh, okay.
I was hoping the opposite, Tony. Okay, I was hoping he was in it the entire movie. That's not true.
So Dave, did you snag the Walmart Turbo?
I did.
Yes, it is right in the background.
Right there. That's right. I got it for Jamie. Just kidding. It's for me. That was great. Loved
Scorpion King 2 CGI is one of the worst.
It's so funny.
I've seen that one.
Everyone, Scorpion King 2, like the Scorpion King 2 movie. Okay, I'm not too sure because I know people go back to Mummy, unless that's what you're talking about, man. Mummy
Returns.
2, yeah, with Scorpion King. And they always say that's the worst CGI, but I remember watching that movie. I was blown away by it. I was like, holy hell, that was great. Like, I would try to look up images online on Google, like Google was back then, like images for this freaking movie because I was making like a board game. And I'm just like, where is the Scorpion King? Like, where is that? I need that photo. I could not find one for the love of my life. Like, it was terrible. I was like, oh, because it's CGI and whatever. I don't know. But I didn't mind it back then, to be honest with you.
Sarah Russo says, Dave, talking about bad CGI. There's a movie that released here in the UK a few weeks ago called Aquarium of the Dead, made by the Asylum.
What? I don't believe that. A movie like Aquarium of the Dead?
I'm actually interested. I'll have to look that up. That seems interesting.
It does seem interesting. I love aquariums. I love them. I pick aquariums all day over zoos. I think you even said that, like, I would love to work at aquarium. I just love it.
I watched that movie with Arnold and Jackie Chan. Should have turned it off at the first half. Second half is pretty bad. First half.
Yeah,
Second half is pretty bad.
Yeah, first half was at least entertaining. Second half was garbage, absolutely garbage, for sure.
Do you guys think theaters should hand out Ghostface masks for Scream 5? So it's gonna be like Stab.
That would be amazing.
Maybe, but then I think that would give people the excuse to like maybe try to get away with something.
Well, that's the thing, though. Someone is gonna die, and I just hope it's not me. But I'm going to take that risk for to wear a Scream mask. That would be awesome. I just hope no one is as crazy like when the movie starts, because I'll be like, shut the hell up. God damn.
It'll turn into a scary movie situation.
Exactly.
And Dave, I'll make sure to send you a copy of Aquarium of the Dead. I'm gonna have to look that up now. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Let's do it.
It better be as bad as you say. The worse, the better.
Yeah. Sometimes I just like popping in the movie just to make fun of it, or just see how bad it is. Like, well, obviously I got my shark movies, so. But at this point, I'm just hoping for like a fun shark movie. I'm like, it's been so bad lately, where I'm just like, give me people swimming in like an image of a shark coming at them. Like, just give me that. Just why? Just give me that. You know, it's been awful on some of them. So.
All right. So that goes through all the comments. I don't know how much time you have left, but if you want, we could end the stream here.
Yeah, sounds good. Cause my phone's I have it charged, but it's just been going down. I don't know why, and it's on almost %. And I gotta also do my grocery shopping too. I was like, fuck, goddamn grocery shopping.
Same. My mom just came by and was like, hey, have you done grocery shopping? I'm like, no, I haven't. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. But yeah, I say this is probably one of the longest I've been on live stream. To be honest with you, right around here, like 3.5 hours.
Huh.
So.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's the best.
Because I mean, the time just flies by. Like it seems like we kind of just been having like the chillest conversation, which is exactly what I like to do on these live streams. Just two people having a great conversation about movies and anything else.
It's funny because like people outside of YouTube would just be like, you guys were on there for like an hour or like 2 hours, 3, and it was just like. Yeah, once you get in that YouTube game, like that's like the normal time, you know, for live streams. It's kind of crazy. Definitely. If you think about it, you know. It's normal though.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that they do flow very well. You know, that's also the best part, especially when it flows very well and it doesn't even seem like it's been almost 3 hours.
No.
That's the best.
I know, right?
No awkward silences, nothing like that.
Oh no, I can talk, but I just get exhausted afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you should see me. Like I just get out the chair. I'm just like, yeah.
You're gonna
stretched out. My armpits. Oh no, let's see. Not so bad. Not bad right now.
All right, so we did make it. The questions did make you sweat.
You did.
Mission accomplished.
Did make me sweat right there for sure. So. But hey, thank you, Fox, for having me on here, dude. Seriously, this was a blast. This was a lot of fun. Just shooting the shit, you know, with movies and everything. So and thank you guys for joining in and watching along with the comments. Really does mean a lot. So hopefully you all had a good time. And once again, thank you for having me on here, man.
Would you say it's the best live stream you've been on so far?
Oh, damn. Oh. I put them all tied. Okay, all the live streams I've done are nice and tied. Okay,
right, cool.
It's been good. It's really good live stream. So I'll say that because I want to be nice to the others that have me on there.
He'll let me know on Instagram.
And it's funny because I'm doing a double live stream too. So I got one later on tonight at 8. So I just figured, I was like, you know, I'll just do a double. You know, why not? So
busiest man in the game. So that's why I said I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you accepting my invitation.
anytime.
You are as humble as you seem. I was hoping I would get the egotistical side out of you, but you are legitimately a very humble guy.
No. Like I said, I just view me as a guy, just making videos. You know, that's all I'm doing. I'm just hunting movies. Nothing too wild. You know, I love just creating something on the computer. You know, I just find it fascinating just to take random clips and then just edit them in a way that you can tell a story. So that's what I like to do. You know, that's my favorite part about YouTube and just making videos, honestly, and just you guys' feedback and support. It's amazing. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks again to everyone who showed up. Go ahead and subscribe to Durant Cinema if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure you are. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed at Foxtail Cinematics. Follow me on Instagram at Foxtail Cinematics. Check out the other episodes of Fox Encounter. I'll have the links in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed. I want to thank my special guest again. Thank you very much. It's been a great one.
No, thank you. This has been great.
I can finally say that I have Mr. Durant Cinema doing an Arnold impression on my channel. That is an honor. Thank you, guys. No problem. We'll catch you next time.
All right. Adios there, guys. Take care. Bye.